Okay,
Party?
here's the invitation.
Yeah, take it.
Okay.
That's the one. Like, maybe you didn't
Okay,
do
it says
that.
broadcast has stopped.
I don't know why it does that. It's still on. Do you want to test the YouTube thing?
It says you're broadcasting, but every time I click on it to
Mm-hmm.
go into your invitation, it's saying no.
That is weird. Is it
System update.
Oh shit, that would do it. That would definitely do it.
Fuck, okay.
Just, I don't know if you need to install it or download it. Is it just install? I mean, either way, it's gonna restart your PS4 anyway, so. Yep. Alright. Hopefully it works now. Hello to anyone else watching as well. Hello. I think you can hear me now. Wait,
Hello?
can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good.
There,
I didn't hear.
okay.
Alright,
Okay,
now
go in.
try request to watch again.
Yeah.
It seems that's our safest bet. If that doesn't work, we'll just do the traditional YouTube. So, just use the YouTube
I
app.
can see it.
Good. Oh, there's a picture now?
Yep, there's a picture. I can
That technically means that you can join.
see the loading screen. How do
Awesome.
I make it bigger?
You have to join it. I think that's it.
I can hear you. I can hear you double coming from. I can hear you from the screen and from the mic.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'll try to shut up. Although, no guarantees, I think we'll be screaming a lot. Do you have privacy?
Yeah, everybody else should be asleep. As long as I don't get too loud, I should be okay.
Oh, man. Okay. Alright. You can still see everything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just make sure your phone is away so that my voice doesn't echo in a feedback loop. Sorry, not phone. I mean,
Okay, this is funny. If I stay still for a couple seconds, I can hear the video, and I can hear both of us, and it's like a couple seconds behind us.
All right, hold on. I lowered the volume just a little bit, just a tiny bit. How about now? Try talking. Oh.
Sorry, I'm listening to both. It's funny.
Are we both looping?
Well, the video that you're that I'm seeing from you is a couple is like maybe like 10-15 seconds behind what we're actually saying.
Oh no! Yeah, right. That's
So
probably
I can
because.
still watch. I can still watch, but there will be a slight delay in what I see and what you're actually doing.
Oh shit! Okay, that's fine. Better than nothing. All right.
Yeah, but
We've made
you
it.
can still do it.
We've made it this far. All right. So I just started right now. I just hit X. I don't know how fast it shows up on your end.
It's like a time loop.
Oh man. Oh my god. Still, count our blessings, okay?
That's true. That's true. Okay.
All right. Can you see the starting screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to continue now. This is literally going to be from where we ended the video the other day. Literally a week ago. This is the loading screen now.
Okay, now I can see your continue new game, load game.
Whoa, that is a big gap. Oh my god, that is like a 10-second difference. Ouch.
Yeah, I told you 10-15 seconds, give or take. Okay, I see Layla.
Yep. Yeah, she was here 10 seconds ago. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a delay.
Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna... If I see something that makes me scream, I'm gonna try to delay my scream until you see it too. Just in case.
Yeah, okay. This is going to be weird.
I am a little bit nervous, but yeah, this is exactly...
Here's the other thing. Now that we figured out that it was the update, we can try SharePlay again.
You want to give that a shot?
We
then
can,
we'd have...
if the delay's going to be that annoying for you having to wait for me, or either way, it might be worth a try again.
No, I don't think it's worth a try. Well, actually, no, it is. It's just I don't know if the connection speed was a problem that's still happening. Like, my connection speed being slow. Remember that part?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... I mean, we could try it. Layla's just standing there, like she's just waiting to meet up with Sean, who is literally all the way there. I don't know. I'd say just wing it. Just wing it. Take what we can get.
Okay, alright, so let's just continue this. Alright,
Yeah.
I see somebody's by the van.
That's Sean. That's definitely Sean.
That's Sean. Limey Brit, I love his stupid snarky ass.
I know, he's still the same. In one of the Animus Anomalies, he made like a really, really nasty joke about his love life with Rebecca. I don't know.
The fact that we know she's a
review-
dominatrix and he's the bottom, yes.
Well, yeah, he does talk that way, so I think Ubisoft is actually aware of the fandom. Honestly. Yeah, that's really, really good, like, foreshadowing right now of, you know, everything ahead of us. I honestly don't know what we're gonna see. Are you ready for this? Ugh.
I mean, let's be honest, there was no way Sean was going to top Rebecca.
I still need for it. Ugh. Like, life happens, I guess. I'll try to find time. Okay, I'm going to talk with Sean now. You might hear the voice earlier. Depends on how loud my screen is. Here we go.
Well, I have my mic, my headphone like half off of my ear so I can hear the screen and hear you at the same time.
He said Beantown?
Beantown?
I have no idea what he meant by that. Off to Beantown.
Beantown, what the fuck?
I don't know. Anyway.
Wait, you're going somewhere? Where are you going?
Yeah,
Where is he
we're
taking
going
you?
to the Grand Temple from Assassin's Creed 3, remember?
I thought that temple was near the city of Turin.
I think that's what they mentioned. They mentioned Desmond controlling the... Oh, God, it's... Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, this is the one from Assassin's Creed...
I'm here.
Oh...
Your signals
Oh, never mind. No. This is the new one. This is the one Eivor found. Never mind.
Okay, so this is a different temple.
all right.
Yeah, this is
That's
Vinland.
the door. Yeah, that's the door. This is a
Remember
different
what we
place.
talked about. Watch your meters carefully, for radiation especially, and keep the staff close.
Got it.
So, the network that Desmond activated in Assassin's Creed 3 is gonna be working overtime right now. Like, it's gonna be burning everything inside. Because obviously that happened after Eivor discovered this place.
Right, because we are assuming that Desmond's the one who keeps amping up the shield.
Yes. Well, that's what Sean said, is that the shield keeps going up higher and higher. She's repeating what Sigurd said. Remember that code Sigurd said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, it worked.
I'm in.
I think the staff contributed to this. She doesn't have Isu DNA.
No, the staff is definitely what's overriding what the temple is seeing, because otherwise it wouldn't let her in.
Sean told her to slow down Desmond's shield, not shut it off. I really hope... Oh, shit.
The elevator still works.
Oh, boy.
75,000 years. What's another millennium or two?
Oh, shit.
It's getting hotter
Boy.
already.
But this means that Basim's body should still be hooked up in there.
Oh, fuck me. That's right. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Tectonics is our best theory.
The place is burning up.
Crust, churning
So the whole
lava
temple's going
beneath.
into overdrive.
Huge source of energy.
How would
That's
Basim survive the heat, though?
Energy.
No, he wouldn't.
Not
His body is dead by this point, but his mind is still inside Valhalla.
Yeah, inside that weird machine, the
The
projector.
machine, inside the machine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
Forget it. I'll call you when I'm topside.
Oh, fuck. We lost Sean.
Something like that.
Here
Yeah,
we
too
go.
much interference and you're going way
The
fuck up and down.
radiation,
Wow,
obviously. Oh my
the whole
god.
place is red.
This is Desmond's work. This is definitely because of Desmond activating the network.
Wow. So Yggdrasil is literally burning up right now. He's using too much.
Shit. Well, we still don't know. I'm trying to manage my expectations here. We still don't know, but I am moving her now.
There you are. You're working overtime.
Oh, she just said what we said! Oh my god!
We're on the same page as her.
Wow, I can't believe she just said that. What the fuck? That's terrifying. I mean, it's bad enough with Google and Facebook listening in on us. Now it's her, too.
Oh yeah, no, we don't need the PS4 to do it also.
Ah! Alright, so... Ah, shit. It's gonna be puzzles. Alright.
We are the readers! We are the readers! We are here with her!
Oh, man. Was this what Eivor was talking about? Okay. Yeah, puzzle time.
No, not
So-
that way.
Must have collapsed when the ice melted.
Well, she's talking here. There might be something. Oh, this is the way that Eivor and everyone else used. Right.
Yeah, you have to follow his path.
Not necessarily. Okay. Well, no, that was his path from this side. So we're gonna have to switch gears. Try to
Yeah,
find
you have to
something
climb
else.
around it.
Now, keep in mind, the staff said that it can regenerate molecular, like biological material, like tissue. So whatever's burning Layla right now, the staff is fixing for her.
Yes.
I don't know if it can apply to solid objects, though.
I
Like,
don't
can
think
she
so. I think it's mostly organics.
just organic stuff. Okay. So in that case, I honestly think the only other option is that other path. Because it goes a little bit farther.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, what do we climb on? The only thing I can see right now... Oh! Never mind! It's a slip and slide. Look at it.
Oh. Wait, give me a couple seconds. Whoa.
Yep, I called it.
There it is, I see it now. Alright.
Yes! She made it! Woo! Atta girl. Alright. I mean, the consequences here are fatal. This is not an animus
Oh my God.
anomaly. Yeah, this is not an animus anomaly.
That's unstable, keep moving.
Okay.
Sorry, everything I'm responding to is 10 seconds after you've already done it.
Yeah, but my speech is arriving right away, right?
Yeah, I can hear you talking immediately, but what I'm
Ah.
seeing on the screen is 10 seconds delayed, so... Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'll just give it
go
a
on.
second to, like, yeah. I'll just give it a second to, like, catch up for
Full
you.
of water. From all that melted ice.
So this place used to be frozen and now it's molten. She can swim, I guess. I think.
Depending
Or-
on if that water's not burning hot.
I
I mean, the ice might be the only thing that's keeping Yggdrasil from completely, like, combusting right now. Yeah, you'll probably have to swim, though.
Okay. You don't think the wall here has something we can...
You can
Yeah.
try. If she goes up the wall, you can try it.
Either way, she's gonna swim. Like, if she falls. Whether it works or not. Yeah, we have to swim. Alright, it's working. Remember, we have the staff. So whatever happens in the water doesn't matter.
That's true.
She's swimming, it's okay. But there seems to be like an aurora that's separating the water from other parts. So you'll see it in a second. Which means we'll just have to climb up normally. We'll just have to climb up normally.
So there's certain force fields and barriers that are preventing. No, there's still water on the other side.
Yes, there's water on the other side, but there's a force field, like you said. It's preventing me from going to the other side. We have to climb up and then swim to the other side. So there's a puzzle here. Hold on a second. We can dive. Yeah, called it. All right. I think you can see it now.
Hang on, the video's about to catch up. Okay, yeah, dive. There you go.
All right.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. She swims funny.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't focus on the mechanics for her as much as Evior and all the other assassins. Like, out of the Animus, I feel like the game wasn't developed. Oh shit, earthquake! Ah, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Don't fall.
it was shaking. It was shaking. It's just trying to tell us something. This place is
Well,
definitely
this whole
alive.
place is unstable. This whole
This
place is
place is-
unstable.
This place is alive.
Oh man, wait. If you're in here, if Desmond is in Valhalla right now with Fossum and the others, she might have to plug in to tell Desmond to tone it down.
I highly doubt Desmond would be as weak as Boston to be trapped in there. I highly
No,
doubt
but
that.
it's just his mind. He needs something to act as an interface. Valhalla is a massive interface.
I think Desmond is not aware of what's happening on the ground, but he is very much aware of what's happening outside Earth, like the increasing solar flares. So that's what he needs a refresher on, like a reminder.
She's the engineer. He's the one who's running the program, but he needs somebody to work the mainframe.
There's absolutely no other explanation. He has to be in there.
Oh, I really hope he's in there.
God. I swear, yeah, I'm probably gonna be screaming. I'm definitely gonna be screaming too.
If you start screaming, I'm gonna start screaming.
No, I'll hold it in for just a second. If I hear you scream, I will scream with you. Alright, here we go. This is a very long jump. I hope she makes it. Yes! We made it. Oh my god.
Leap of
Okay.
faith.
This is beginning to resemble a little bit Revelation. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. The puzzles there were similar, but they were virtual cubes. This is more Isu cubes. Definitely Isu design. We need
Well, the
to
whole
climb.
temple is Isu.
Yes.
That's
We're climbing down. Okay. Okay. Oh,
that's
I see.
interesting.
I see. Okay. I got it, but I hope she makes the jump.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh, I see the ledge that you have to go to. Yeah. So
this
you
is
go
one
down
of the
and then you
most
jump-
difficult jumps since Altair. The controls
Then go
are
up
really
a little
wonky
bit,
for
yeah,
this.
go up a
They
little bit
never.
and hop through the
Yeah.
water.
Okay, here we go.
1, 2, and...
She's not doing anything.
Are you hitting jump?
I am hitting jump, but she's not jumping towards it. Yeah, like I said, this is where the controls get a little bit wonky. I'm trying to remember. If I hit
maybe
circle... drop? Really?
Maybe
Should I?
maybe from... Not drop. No, go to the bottom of the wall that you can get to, and then just hop to the other side, and she should maybe grab it with her hands instead of landing on it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes, you are correct. She did it. Yep. You are 100% correct. I landed down, I went to the side, and then she made the hop, and now you can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, okay, yeah, I just saw it.
Thank you for that. Bless you.
I remember that from because that's something Ezio used to do.
And I don't know if that was something Altair used to do, but yeah, I think you're right. I'm
No,
pretty sure
Altair
Desmond
had a
did it.
love. Altair loved his walls too much.
All right, so
You gotta go up, go up, go up.
yep. I'm just waiting for it to catch up for you. All right, here we go. To the side. I still think Assassin's Creed should have wall runs like Prince of Persia. That's just gonna be a little pet peeve of mine.
Imagine giving the Prince of Persia's claw to be able to go across the walls like that. Oh, that would be so sick.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, you're right. He did use his claw for that. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did have assassins with interesting prosthetics. I mean, Malik, to name one, he's in the rebellion. He has a prosthetic.
Yeah, but that's just
Technically,
because they didn't want to coat him in with one arm.
That's true. Abstergo was lazy.
Sturger was very lazy.
All right, so
I mean,
it looks
I'm happy
like
Malik is in it. Don't get me wrong.
I think we're doing good. Okay. Wow, so far no casualties. All right. All right. Oh God. I mean, I
This place
definitely,
is so freaking cool.
I definitely felt that there was gonna be puzzles, but I'm glad they're not as hard as the Animus Anomaly ones. I'm just praying. Oh shit! Earthquake again.
You probably jinxed it now. You're probably going to actually encounter some kind of anomaly type puzzle
Oh no!
at some point. I mean, this is just
Okay.
a climbing puzzle.
Well, let's see. Okay, we can go up here. Yep. Okay, we're doing good so far. Can we shortcut
So this video
it?
is also recording, right? So it's
Yeah.
recording and saving it?
Yep.
That's gonna be
We can
hilarious.
watch this later. Yeah, absolutely. Our screaming.
Why would anyone
All
let
of our
anyone
screaming and crying. I
unless
really
they
like.
found
If we see
justice?
Possum, that'll be really cool. If we see Desmond, I will lose my goddamn mind.
Did you hear what you just said right now?
What she said? What Layla said?
Right
Why
now.
would anyone
yes.
want to end their life here? Okay, yeah. Unless they felt it was just the beginning. Okay, yeah.
I don't know who she's referring to anymore.
The people who Evie are left behind here, not Possum, the Freya.
Oh,
Freya
I
wanted
see.
to die. Like,
Oh,
Freya
the
wanted to
ones that
stay
were
here.
stuck. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The
Or
ones
the
that.
Isu before them.
Right. Oh shit! There they are.
Wait, their bodies just... Okay, how bad are their bodies?
Boston, he's there.
Looking so well.
How bad is it? How bad is it? How bad is it?
He actually looks solid. I'm getting closer.
It preserved?
I can
Focus?
see his hand. His hand is flesh. That's not a bone.
Okay, so it preserved his body.
It did preserve him.
Holy
Hold on.
shit, I didn't expect that.
Oh shit! Cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. I'm gonna stop now.
It's just like the Animus. It's just like the Animus.
Oh shit! Oh shit, she's gone!
Wait,
She
I'm at the
dropped-
cutscene now. Don't drop the staff, bitch.
Fuck me. Oh no. No,
It's going
no,
for
no,
her.
no,
I
no,
told
no.
you it was going for her. I told you it was going for her.
No! God
She's
damn
in.
it! God damn it!
This is Eivor's Valhalla. Or assimilation.
Okay, I
So
think
what
Yggdrasil
am I
will preserve her
looking for?
body.
Will I know it when I
But
see
she
it?
dropped the staff!
She dropped the staff, but Basim's body has been preserved in Yggdrasil this entire time, which means it'll probably preserve her too. Ooh, Valhalla looks a little sketchy. What the hell? So
You
whole
can see
system
the
started to
glitches.
crash.
She said it's just
Yeah.
like the Animus. She said it's just like the Animus. I saw these glitches with the Animus anomaly. I was right! I
So
was
the
right!
mainframe, so the inside the programming is starting to be affected by all of the casualty outside.
Yes, I was right! I predicted this! Yes, I was telling you
So
that!
we're gonna see Basim. We're gonna see Basim here, and maybe Freya and the others.
She's affecting the outside. She's definitely affecting the outside. I was right about that. From inside. Yes! Fuck, okay. Freya and Basim? Well, wait. We had a theory about Basim. Basim is not who he is. Based
Basim's
on...
Loki.
Yes, exactly. So technically it would be Loki that we'd be seeing here. I don't think
Yeah,
he'd be
but
hiding
still.
that anymore. She would understand that now. Shit,
I'm
shit,
really
shit.
excited to see.
Fuck. Okay, I'm walking slowly so you can catch up a little bit. Oh, man.
Okay, I see Layla approaching the gate.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Something feels off.
No shit, duh.
What, did they
I
say
love-
something?
Yeah, the obvious. That's what she said.
Wow, this whole... Oh man. Something feels off. Yeah, no shit, everything's glitching like crazy.
It's hilarious that you come to the same conclusions I do after 10 seconds.
I mean, she should expect this. Literally, the outside hardware is
Oh,
getting
fuck!
fried.
It's gone behind her!
What, the gate?
Yes! Yes, the gate!
Wait. You haven't turned the screen around yet. Hang on.
Are you
She's passing
doing this?
between the statues.
Are you pushing
Okay,
this
yeah,
machine
there,
towards
it's gone.
the limit?
Wait,
Order,
those are the webs.
Skull,
Those are the weavers. Wait, those are the weavers.
Oh shit, the Verdandi, you're right! The Njornin, right. The Njornin, that's what they were called. Wait, do we walk back to them? We can walk back to them now, right? They're behind her.
Well, let's see if anybody's in town.
Wait! You know what they made, right? Before I go in, let's just quickly review. The Njornin were the ones who was...
Oh my god. The entire like town is fucked up.
I know. I don't think there's anything for us in there. We have to go back. The Njornin. Do you remember the Njornin? They would
the Weavers.
They would
the
weave
Weavers of Fate. Yeah.
The webs of fate. So the web of weird. We're walking into the web of weird. This has to be it.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. That entire area looks like the Black Room of the Animus. It's not glitchy at all.
It's the void. We're going into the void. The web of weird is the void. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit!
This is so
oh
exciting.
shit! Remember, we talked about this! We talked about this! This was literally what we were... Fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is there anything else? Is there anything else besides the Weavers? Is there anything else?
It's not even the Weavers, it's just the webs! It's just
but is there anything else? Is it literally just the webs?
It's just the webs and the gate, that's it. It's just the webs. It's the machine that makes the webs, the ancient weaving machine. I don't know what it's called. The mills. The mills. This is where fate is made.
It looks so weird. It looks so weird with the gate behind you.
That's where the word weird came from. Weird is literally Norse for fate. Just so you know, by the way. Just a literature, small little trivia. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Okay, they showed up. They're here.
Your master. Is he here?
Okay, wait. It's about to happen. It's about to happen.
Shit.
So
Oh my god.
Okay, Layla's approaching the weaves.
Fuck, it's
She's
Boston.
approaching the weaves.
God damn it.
Wait, there they are, the Weavers.
Yeah. Shit!
They flatter.
She's asking them where's their master.
I am only a
Okay, now they're
guest in
glitching,
their
yeah.
world. A world
Basim!
man of wishes
Basim!
and hopes.
Basim, you sent them.
There he is, and he's wearing his assassin gear.
Evor's grave.
Yes. A hopeful message, was it not?
How?
Oh my god.
You've been trapped here for a millennium. Eivor put you here.
How did he send the message?
Indeed.
He's not alone! He's not alone! Morel, he's not alone!
I have a friend.
He has a
who
friend!
helps me. Together,
You're trapped here
we
for a
read
millennium.
calculations.
You're here.
After we located Eivor's probable resting place,
But I'm not alone in this place, not always. I
contacted
have friends who help me.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Wait,
shit.
who?
digital lasses that enrich
Digital!
this earth
Digital!
like a
He says it's
spider's
digital!
Together we read the calculations, yes.
In our day, all the world
Probable
was
resting place, I contacted you. Okay, so he's using the calculations.
of technology.
Digital
The
lattice.
staff you carry, the temples you have visited.
Okay, like a spider's nest, yes.
Speaks
In our day,
as
the world was
one.
connected like this, a super organized
May I show
organism of
you
technology.
something?
Ooh.
It's digital! This is digital!
Imagine you can do anything
Of course,
you want
because
in
you're
this
inside a
place.
matrix. Temples you have visited
Not
all
as
speaks
much
as one.
as
Yeah,
you
because they're all
might
connected, so that's how
I
Basim
am
knows that
tethered
they're
to
doing
my
that shit.
body in a most uncomfortable way.
But you can slow this machine down. You know how it works.
Yes. We'll do it together. For another catastrophe is near at hand. This node of
No, 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 no!
If you slow
of
this machine
correcting
down,
itself. Go ahead.
we'll do it together for another catastrophe is near.
No! 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 No, no, this is wrong!
You
Yeah.
must know that.
Thank you, Layla. Okay, at least she knows.
Ugly way of connecting itself. Okay. Correcting itself. Yeah, that's the node. Break the node. Go ahead, what? Go ahead, what?
No! No!
You're a hard man to trust. Yeah. Because he's Loki, you can't immediately trust him.
He's smiling. Oh no! No!
Silence, Udur. Verdandi.
She also kind of has no choice.
Wait!
At last,
What?
we rest.
What the fuck?
Your day of
Is
rest
that
has
it?
come. What the fuck does that
Is it
mean?
done?
The Weavers are gone.
Basim,
The tree!
where are you?
Ah! Morel, there's someone else. There's someone else. Basim is gone.
Basim probably disconnected. He's probably out.
Ah! Wait! Listen!
Wait! I see Yggdrasil. There's somebody there. Oh my
Wait! Listen! Listen to his voice!
I'm trying to listen.
Wait! Do you hear him?
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna walk
Get closer.
closer. No, listen closely. He sounds familiar. Ah! It's it. It's him! It's him! It's him! We're walking towards him! He's digital! He's digital! He's digital!
But it's calling him the Reader.
Wipe it. Run again.
Oh my god! Oh my god, do you see what he's doing?
He's basically trying to run calculations. He's trying to figure out some shit.
Run it again.
He said, wipe it, run it again. He's trying to figure out a way to
is
stop
his
it.
voice clear? Do you know it's him? I don't know if I'm
Why did you get
hallucinating.
freak the fuck out?
Oh fuck.
Stop. Wipe everything. Run it again.
I'm looking at the tree as well. These are the It's him, isn't it? Oh my god.
He's stopped.
Oh,
He's trying to
shit!
fix it.
Cutscene,
The tree's
cutscene.
calculations he's trying to figure out. The tree's representing the calculations.
Layla. Hello.
Is that...
Yes.
Please, please,
Through the
please?
calculations I read here in the gray. 8 years ago, the odds of your arrival were 15,055,003,276
Morale, it's him!
to 1.
It's him!
As the years passed
It's
by,
him!
those odds improved. And as of yesterday,
It's him! That's Nolan
it's a
North!
pleasure to meet you at last.
Holy fuck.
Who are you? And what is this?
I am the reader of the calculations. All these possible futures for you and the world outside. I have spent much of my new life reading these, searching for a way to finish everything we started so long ago.
Say his goddamn name!
It begins here. You slow down this machine and save the world, from which point all possible futures expand. Millions upon millions of possible roads.
Morale, it's him! He said 8 years!
But
It's him!
one,
I know, it's him, but he's calling himself the Reader.
the node collapses and the world is wiped out. The human race dwindles and fades.
He knew! He fucking knew! I told you he
I must
knew!
find the solution for
We
you.
knew! He knew!
must
Oh,
leave you
he's
with
here, we
something.
knew it!
Jesus Christ, I've been thinking about this moment the entire year! The whole
He's
fucking
trying to find a way,
year!
he's trying to find a
All
way!
my calculations from this point. The only thing I know for certain.
That seems limiting.
How do you mean?
What if you went back further, to 2012 when Desmond saved the world?
Desmond.
What if he didn't save the world? What if he walked away and let the world burn? Look at those timelines. Read them instead.
I see. An interesting idea. Fascinating. Billions upon billions of new timelines to explore.
Oh shit!
Exactly. These are timelines that never came to pass, but they could have. If Desmond had let the world be destroyed,
Desmond's
maybe the
a little
humans that
different, though.
survived would have learned something from the disaster. And maybe one of those timelines
He's more
could have
articulate,
found a
I will
way
give
to
him
prevent
that.
it from happening ever again.
That is brilliant. How did you come to that idea?
If you spend too much time narrowing down what's possible, you may never give another thought to the improbable.
Desmond was always focused on saving the world.
Layla.
It's only the beginning. We have a lot of data to sift through.
Are
It
you
feels
staying?
like he's not
Until we
knowing
find something
himself a
useful.
little bit. Like he got lost in the
I don't want this
calculations,
to happen
maybe.
ever again.
The way he
You may
said
not
his
have
name.
much time, Layla. The machine
Like, he
is
kind of
powered
remembered
down
it and kind of
with
didn't.
radiation.
It's him, it's him. We know it's him. That's it.
I know, we know
done.
it's him, but he doesn't know he's him.
73 seconds before
Well,
your
it's more like
explosion is lethal.
he ascended
I'm not
above
worried.
himself.
I have the Staff of Eden. It heals and protects.
No.
Oh fuck! It fell. That's right.
What? How?
That's it. That's it. That's how she's gonna die. That's it. She dropped it.
Of course.
Of course.
Fuck.
She dropped it. She dropped the staff. That's how she's gonna die.
Together. However long it takes. And if that means I can never leave, so be it.
Are you kidding me? She joins him? She
owe
joined
this to
him.
The people I hurt.
She means she might get stuck here.
The people I love.
That means she dies in the outside world.
I know the
Her
feeling.
body will die.
Let's get going, huh? A few billion timelines.
Mother,
for a
yeah.
while.
It will. But it will not feel like it. That is what I like about this place.
Holy shit.
She's glowing too now. She's like him.
That's
there
it.
it is. You joined the system.
So Ubisoft were telling the truth that this really will be the last time we see her.
Oh, fuck.
Oh wow, I can hear both you and me now. Oh fuck. That technically means I can't see the... Wait. What the... Whoa!
There she is. She's stuck in the system. And the staff is on the ground. Where is it? Bossum has it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. There's...
Is that Bossum?
Who the fuck is that?
That's Bossum! That's Bossum!
Okay, so his body did age. It was preserved, though.
Oh, shit!
And now the staff is healing him. Fuck.
I'm with you.
Alethea! I was right! Loki was her lover!
Worked perfectly, my dear.
I was right! Loki was her lover.
Is the mad one here?
Oh, man.
No, my love.
Motherfucker.
Only we
Worked
remain.
perfectly, my dear. Oh, man.
And Layla?
The air.
Motherfucker! So that's what Alethea was doing in Odyssey.
Perfectly. Now then,
Everything that happened in Odyssey led up to this point.
a new world awaits.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? Oh no! No!
A new world awaits. Is he gonna do the same fucking thing as Juno?
Okay, I knew there was gonna be a cost of seeing Desmond, but I didn't expect this. God damn it.
So she's stuck in the system. She cannot leave. Basim is now healed and revitalized. He's reunited with his ex-wife.
Fuck! Fuck everything, no! I didn't want to like
playing as
this.
Layla or as Basim right now?
I don't know how to answer that, but I'm not afraid.
Okay, so she contacted them through the temple.
Just like Basim did
We
before.
have work to do. Work that may take us days or years. It's impossible to say. But we'll finish it. What I mean is, don't come looking for me. It's
God
dangerous
damn it. I didn't like her that much, but I didn't want it to go this way either.
Take care of the work we still have.
Yep, she pulled a Desmond just like I thought she would.
She's fine.
But
Are you
Basim is
fucking
loose now. What
kidding
is
me?
Basim doing?
A manner of speaking. Jesus, we have to find her.
Asshole!
You heard her. She doesn't want to be rescued.
Asshole!
In any case, there's nothing left to save. Not after this long.
Basim is with them. Why is he with them?
You left her there.
They know who he is, though, right?
Yes,
I don't know. I don't think Layla told them in time.
I'm in the same situation.
No, you're in a class all your own, man.
We're assassins now, not hidden ones.
From the Arabic, Hashishin.
Do we play as Basim now?
And do we have a mentor? Is that still the practice?
We do.
They're briefing him.
Name?
William Miles.
William Miles.
You can talk to him right now.
This is not a good idea.
No technology. Face to
Is he gonna
face.
take over?
A meeting of minds.
Is he gonna take over the mentorship or try
It's
to?
time to take the fight to these Templars, as you call them.
Motherfucker. Oh my
I
god,
don't know when you heard my friends. Your animus.
He's a little too gung-ho. I don't like it.
Me
How
neither.
much do you know?
My dear, we invented such things long, long before you did. I'll figure it out.
Shit, I forgot about the Animus Anomalies. There was a video we're gonna play. We should have played that first, but based on what he just said, I think that's exactly what we're gonna see in the Animus Anomaly videos.
I don't like any of this.
Oh my god.
Also, Rebecca's hair's a little bit floaty and it's throwing me off.
Well, yeah, this is like almost an
It's
entire...
a nice place to die, Eivor.
Did they slow down
Everyone
the
gets
shield,
to
though?
choose.
It looks like it.
You
It looks like Layla did it.
personally, I don't know how, but you did. Yet, I'm the one left standing. And now, I can take from you anything I want. Your memories, your skills, your secrets. They're all mine. And when I have them, I will put them to good use. To find my children.
So he's gonna hop in the Animus and take Evior's experiences.
Together.
We're playing as Basim. Oh my
To
god.
find my children. Okay, he's gonna try to bring his descendants back together again. Whoever else got revived.
So I was right about that too. Okay, hold
So
on,
he's
hold
still
on.
stuck as Loki. He's still stuck as Loki, though.
Hold on a second, hold on a second. I'm pausing the game. There's a video we need to see.
But is he gonna look for his Loki descendants or his Basim descendants?
They're one and the same in this world now. They're all one and the same.
Okay, the complete video, right.
Here we go. Ready? I think this is exactly what he was talking about. Maybe it was a good idea to play this after, not before. Now we have context. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
That's Eivor. That's Odin.
They're watching the catastrophe on the surface.
That's
They're
Odin.
going down.
That's Odin.
Yep.
Someone showed up and stopped them.
Is that the pod bodies that they were gonna go into? Okay,
They're
so now
serums.
they're feeling the catastrophe. They're feeling the catastrophe.
No, but someone showed up, not just the catastrophe. Someone showed up. We're gonna have to replay this just to look at it again.
Of course.
They put a serum.
Put the
I remember
serum in,
Alethea
it
mentioned
lights
it.
up.
They put
They're
these
going
helmets.
inside the pod bodies. They're going into the pod bodies.
Oh, then those are humans. Oh, this is the Hugo transfer. This is the soul transfer. Right. This was how they were going to reincarnate as humans. That's the council. Seven people reincarnated as humans.
So this is what Ida started, but they finished it properly?
They did it properly using the Well of Weird and the Tree of Life.
Mm-hmm.
They transferred, I guess, either their souls, their consciousness.
Their mind.
I just
A
don't know
copy
if
of their mind. They didn't go in. A copy of their minds went in to be preserved, but they knew they were going to still die.
Yes.
This is like Soma. This is like Soma.
Exactly. And the next person was... Wait, okay, we didn't see this part. Oh, that's Thor, Odin, Freya, and that's Loki. Oh, shit!
And then they went out to fight?
Oh, fuck! Loki backstabbed them! So that's what happened!
He wasn't supposed to go in. He took someone else's spot.
That's how he did it! Remember, I was telling you about this. I don't know how he did it. This is how he did
He
it.
stole the serum in the visions, but he put himself into... He stole someone's place to go
So
transfer.
it would have been whoever Basim was. So Basim was supposed to be someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. It's done. Now we get it. Now we know what happened. Right. Okay. Now we know. That's it. The video just ended. It's looping.
Okay, it's looping now. Okay. So this was a group of scientists who either took Ida's initial idea and
Yeah.
made it better, or they were coming up with a similar idea to begin with.
That's Tyr, Odin, Tyr, Freya, and Thor. That's 4 of the 7 council. 4 of
That
them.
we saw. Yeah.
Yeah. Loki
So they
masqueraded
saw-
as a scientist. He wasn't supposed to.
He wasn't supposed to be there in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So he
just
took
like
over
in the
someone's
lore
place.
where he stole some of the mead, in this
Yes.
case he did the same thing.
Yes. Well, the serum would have been the meat, actually. That's the serum. The serum is the one that did that. It's the one that does the soul transfer.
So this is how they did the transfer.
Exactly. This matches the legend. That means that the place we were at was the tree of life. That was that.
So they tried to protect their council above all else, to preserve, that knowledge, that leadership for the next generation to come. And they put themselves in a new body that was being specifically made for them. And that's why Eivor was found abandoned in the wild and saved by the wolves. Literally, he must have popped out of his pod and just wandered off.
Well, that was one way of looking at it. No, he was grown as a child normally. He grew up normally as a child. Yes, you're right. You're right.
But this body is kind of like a weird fetus shape.
Right. It's not the same as regular humans, at least for a while.
Yeah, which means that either they had a contingency where these kids, these bodies, would be put with the human population, or someone had to get them out of the temple or something. There had to be some contingency left to return these bodies to humanity.
Right.
So some people had to survive long enough in order to do that.
Right.
So
it could have been Basim. It could have been Basim. Remember, Basim survived all of this.
Yes, but why bother saving their reincarnations when he could have just killed them here?
Remember what he told Eivor's skeleton. He said, I wanted your memories. He wanted everything that he had. He wanted everything that Eivor knew. So in other words, he knew because he knew that was the Mad One. Find the Mad One. He was the one pushing for all of this. And he used Desmond to help.
Plan, but also he wanted to make sure he could meet up with his love again.
Right, and
he had already saved her inside the staff. So now he had to make sure he would meet her again.
So that means that when Basim met Desmond, oh my god, that's a fact. We're no longer talking in theory anymore. When Basim met Desmond, most likely...
descendant.
Yes, and most likely he convinced him. He convinced him.
To help him do that?
To send a message to them, just like how Layla just did just now. She was with Desmond, and now she just sent them a message. Right here.
But she didn't realize that the reader that she was talking to was Desmond. She didn't make that connect. Well, she may have made that connection, because he literally said 8 years ago.
Yes. After he told her. Yeah, I think she figured it out.
We have work to do.
Oh man, it's a little bit... It's a little bit traumatizing that she took the place of Basim. It's very traumatizing to hear this recording instead of him.
But here's the other thing. Technically, she's still sort of alive because her mind is preserved within the system, within Yggdrasil, with Desmond. And with Desmond, she can transfer from temple to temple.
You do realize that Desmond himself can transfer now, right?
Yes, because he came from the Grand Temple to this temple.
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care anymore.
He doesn't care. He might have lost a bit of himself when he died. The shock of being transferred like that might have also done something, because when he said his name, it sounded like it was familiar.
He was brooding. He was brooding a little bit.
A memory.
Yes, exactly. It was a distant memory. Correct. 8 years ago, but that's not long enough for him.
No, he's in a computer simulation. He can literally spend thousands of years in there, and it can be literally a minute in the real world.
That's literally what he said. Exactly. That's literally what he said. He said,
so time is warped. So to Layla, she says, I might be here days, I might be here years, but that time is warped. To her, it will feel like that, but to the outside world, it could be different. So now we have to depend on fucking Basim to finish Eivor's memories and...
Well, Basim wants Eivor's memories for very evil reasons. You saw what he said in front of his skeleton.
He's still being very petty about all of this. Eivor is dead. At this point, Basim just wants to find his descendants.
Jesus Christ! For a second,
technically speaking, is William from Altair's side of the family? No, Desmond's mom is from Altair's side of the family. William is from Kenway's side of the family.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. I remember that. Yep. Oh shit! There's a new email. Fuck.
Ooh.
From Layla's brother. So these 4 we finished. I think I read this already. Yeah, no. These are all I read at the beginning of the game. This is the new email that just arrived right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Rami Hassan. Here we go.
From her brother.
From Rami Hassan to Layla Hassan, August 16th, 2020. Layla, it's been months. I'm worried sick, we all are, and, like a fucking idiot, I'm covering for you again. Baba asked why we haven't heard from you since winter, and I told him you were on another research trip, this time in the Amazon. The fucking Amazon. Even my own lies sound flimsy when I type them out. Write, call, do something for fuck's sake. Oh my God.
Poor brother. She's never gonna see them again.
Ah, this hurts. This hurts.
Unless she can do like the whole, Skype call version of the Isu connection temple tech, whatever.
Whatever Basim did, she would probably need Desmond's help again, just like Basim used. So that was.
Yeah, she can technically call them though because she called Rebecca, or she left a message for Rebecca and Sean.
Yeah, Desmond would be the one coordinating all of that. He's like a switchboard. He can pretty much hook you up with anyone.
Desmond's a giant switchboard now.
I mean, the Tree of Life was literally that.
Desmond's like literally a little mini-god right now, trying to figure out the calculations, trying to save everybody.
Desmond ascended. He didn't die. He ascended. He just left his body.
That's the best description of what happened to him.
And he understands it. He just doesn't remember much of what he used to be before.
Being human. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I have the game saved, so anytime we want to replay that scene with him, we'll just need to solve that. No, we can just watch it on YouTube again. That's it. We have everything recorded.
Just recorded it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I can't believe we have to play as fucking Basim now.
Oh man. Yeah, it feels dirty. It just feels really disgusting. And to be honest, he's
an assassin. He's an assassin, but we don't know where his loyalties lie because he's fucking Loki, and you can't trust Loki as far as you can throw him.
Well, at the same time, he's an assassin too. I think he wants to kill William. Actually, he might be the new mentor.
That's what worries me. Is he going to try to take over the Brotherhood that way?
Well, ask yourself this: do you care that much about William staying where he is?
William as leader, I don't particularly care for, but Basim being leader is a very bad idea.
Right. In terms of balance, it used to be Cassandra that balanced everything. Then temporarily it was Layla with the staff, and now she's gone. The only person left... Honestly, there's nobody from that era that can balance the world anymore between Templars and Assassins. And what did Basim say the first thing when he came back? We need to take the war to the Templars, which means that's the next game. That's going to be the next game.
So literally it's going to be an all-out war to wipe out one or the other out. The balance has been broken.
Pretty much. I mean, right now, Layla definitely saved the world, because if you look outside, if we compare with what happened before, take a look outside. The sky's normal now. There's no more Aurora Borealis. She saved the world. She did it.
Okay, so they slowed it down.
They slowed it down, however...
They're trying to make sure now they have to make sure that time doesn't course correct itself into another node.
Yes, exactly. That's their job right now, is to prevent what almost happened here again. So it's going to be another bunch of years again. Oh my God. This is it.
Basim in a hoodie and a friggin' man bun is like ridiculous with that stupid wolf shirt.
Woke Loki.
Woke Loki is right. Oh my God.
Pretty much. Oh my God.
The bleeding effect shouldn't take long to kick in. A few days at most. So here we go.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't train his body when he was stuck, so this is how he's gonna get his abilities back, by literally reliving Eivor. Fuck, that's it. That's the end of the game. Well,
wait, does that mean... Wait, he just mentioned the bleeding effect. Does that mean he's gonna bleed Eivor?
He wants to, because he wants his assassin skills back. Yeah, he wants to. Exactly.
His body's been restored. The muscle memory should have been restored.
No.
He might be a little rusty himself, but the muscle memory should remain.
I think he wants more. I think he wants the muscle memory back again. No, I think he's more than rusty. I'm pretty sure...
Loki was never a particularly power-hungry person. Yeah, he wanted to rule he wanted to rule Asgard, but, like, that was it.
No, he wanted revenge, too. He wanted revenge as well.
Yeah, but now he's literally puppeteering inside Evior's body. Isn't that the ultimate form of revenge?
Yeah, additionally, he's also puppeteering his memories, too. This is going to take a while, because I still have the zealots for the Father of Understanding. I'm pretty sure it's King Alfred. I just need to kill the rest of the
Well, we're in England. Does that mean we're going to see Excalibur or some shit?
Oh, that's right! I haven't found that yet. That could be the next thing to find. Shit, I haven't tried that.
Excalibur is literally a sword of Eden.
Yeah, it was confirmed in the trailers. They literally opened with that when they made the trailers for the game. That is correct.
No, but that was confirmed long before that. Like, literally, Clay mentioned it in one of his glyphs.
Yeah. No, in the trailers, they show you Eivor holding it, which means we have to find it. We can find it.
He who wields the sword Excalibur shall be King of England.
I mean, I am facing the King of England. That's literally going to be the next thing. But I'll show you the situation before we log off, because there's not enough time to kill the remaining Templars.
Yeah, no, we'll be up all night otherwise.
Yeah, we can postpone it, although I think the next part, it's probably, like you said, it's probably going to be Excalibur related. But hold on a second. Now that Basim is accessing these memories, are we going to see something different here? Hold on a second.
I don't know. Why would it be different? Because you're still reading the same memories. It's just Basim's the one who's piloting.
Also, here is where it gets worse.
Wait, does that mean there's no more glitches, though, to fix, which means Basim's not going to be the one doing those?
It really depended. No, there was a way that it could have been him fixing them. You want to know how? If I had conquered England early before finishing all the Animus Anomalies, then it would have been him.
That would have been weird.
I know. It would have been a completely... Oh, shit! Cutscene, sorry. Cutscene.
Oh,
I was right.
Okay.
There is a cutscene. I was right.
Okay, so this is after they return.
Yes. Sigurd and Eivor. After they left Basim.
So this is after they return.
Yes.
Steady, Eivor.
I don't know if we can face the King of England now, or after we kill all the Templars. I don't know. I mean, it would be a great shortcut if it's now. I would love that. Because then we can just wrap it up with this too, but I doubt it. I think we have to grind.
Felix, though.
Yeah. What time is it right now? It is 12 o'clock. I have a little bit of more time, but I think it's only going to be enough to, like, kill, like...
Maybe one guy?
Yeah,
maybe two.
that's it.
Welcome home.
Yeah, I remember her. Oh, Jesus. That was Desmond! Holy shit, that was Desmond! That was him!
We saw him, but we also kind of didn't see him at the same time.
He was digital! He was
Jesus. Also naked from what I could tell.
How many years did you have that? How many years? Since what, 2011?
2012.
2012. 8 years exactly. Wow. You're the tree of life, Moral.
Oh fuck, I really am. I am Desmond and Desmond is me.
Digital! He was digital!
I was right. My RP theory was right.
Wow. You are worthy.
A little different, but yeah, I was right.
Slightly.
Sigurd's
you were
given
missing
the
the tree.
Well, now I can add the tree.
Gift of the gods, you are back.
Safe and standing tall.
It's gonna be weird if we add. We're not gonna add the tree to the main RP though.
You were looking for?
No, it
We
can't.
did.
We
did.
Unless you really wanted to, then it'll get really weird. We're gonna have to go back on some
What
things.
is this?
I mean, we have been to the void multiple times now.
Either it's like, why am I in my boss's chair? Sigurd, help me, please.
It's no longer safe.
It's like, yeah.
Eivor? Randvi? What is this? Is everything all right?
Our Jarl has returned to lead us forward into an uncertain future.
Oh, there's Haitham.
Will you speak to your people?
Basim's acolyte.
Wait, which
his
one
apprentice.
is he?
Haitham looks like Basim in the outfit.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, I see him now.
Our souls were sound in a heartful song. And when... You're less mine than I'm yours. And I ask of you only this. Keep me honest in the times to come.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. birds gain wings. Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds thine honor sing. We feast and place our trail of rest till Odin
They accept him.
from the dead. The voice resounds the mighty.
And he knew. Sigurd knew that they'd accept him. Oh, I'm getting feels out of this.
For those who fight and those who fall, may horns resound the mighty.
And Hatham's literally been accepted as one of them.
For we who fight, for we who
I honestly don't know what to say. That's it. Wow. Hold on. Nope, we have one more cutscene.
We have one more?
Could be a credits roll, honestly. I don't know. If it's a credits roll, if it's a credits roll, we might we could just review what the fuck just happened. Oh no, never mind. Not yet. In the Hall of the Slain, it says the arc is completed, but
well, this is one arc that's been completed.
There's still there's still the matter of the Templars. There's still the matter of the Order of the Ancients. There's a letter. Let's see. I'm just gonna check this quickly.
This looks like Valhalla again.
No. This is England. We are in
Okay.
England. Memories. Vavor's memories. I'm gonna quickly go through these. Hold on. Beerstone. Like this. Oh, this is for completing the game. Right. So I'm gonna get some goodies apparently for completing the game. Vili. I'm trying to remember who Vili was. Oh, one of his allies in the other provinces. Okay, I see. Yeah. So this is the situation right now. Let me update you on. Well, hold on a second. Yeah. Let me update you on the Templar thing. All right. So you pause here. When you go into the order, this is what we have. We have 1, 2, and we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I literally killed half of the Templars remaining, and 7 remain. So it was 14 in total. Now it's just 7 remain. That's it. Unfortunately,
so you have to kill those last 7 before you go after the last guy, and you don't even know who he is yet.
Based on the hairdo and everything else, it's King Alfred. Based on how he looks.
But Eivor doesn't have a silhouette. Killed.
Right.
And none of them have said anything.
So how about this? We can wrap up here, or we can kill one of them if you'd like. Let's see. And the next time we do this would be for when killing the Father of Understanding. That would be the next big thing. By the way, now that we know all of this, now that this is pretty much the ending for the game, that technically means that the DLC is going to be Basim. All of the DLC. Both of them.
It's going to be about Basim and his lover.
Well, I don't know where Alethea is right now.
Well, she's still inside of the staff, so he's going to either try to get her out of it or I don't know what.
Well, we can literally check that right now, actually, right before we... I'm going to give this a separate save. That way we can always visit Desmond later. He is more than alive. He's actually doing way better than just alive.
I'm so happy he's still in the games, but like, I want to see his face. I don't want to just see him as a glowing dude. He's a glowing ascended. He's like he's like the ancients from Stargate.
That is true. Yeah, that's right. Oh my god, there's so many memes that you can make out of that. You can just get screenshots from that. Wait, how do we get out of the Animus? What the fuck? Where is...
Can you get out?
Give me a second. I'm not even sure anymore. It should say Animus. I'm not seeing anything that indicates that. Did we just get stuck in here?
Get out of the kill screen.
Animus, there it is. Found it. It's here.
You're now locked in the Animus as Basim until the end of the game.
Dot hack style.
Oh my god.
Alright, I found it. He's quitting. Here's what I want to check. I want to check the staff. I want to see what Basim says when you check the Jesus Christ, he's in the loading screen. Oh my god. That freaking man bun. Tempting, actually. It's tempting. By the way, I'm headed in that direction, hair length wise. The beard didn't work out, but the man bun definitely will. Oh man.
And his hair's long enough to even put up in a man bun. Like, oh my god.
Would you hate me for that?
I would definitely tease the fuck out of it.
I mean, he talks with Desmond. He didn't harbor him any ill intentions because he's a descendant of him.
Descendant. Why would you harbor ill will towards him?
Okay, we're getting out now. I don't know if he would get his bleeding effect like he wanted or not. I guess he wants to see Eivor again. If we're talking full bleeding, maybe he wants to see Eivor in front of him.
He'd have to go really hard on the bleeding effect for that, though, and he is Isu, so he'd have resistance, right?
Correct. So he would actually be in control of his bleeding effect.
Potentially, yeah, because he said that the Isu had created something similar, in the past.
So hold on. Layla read all of these notes and stuff that were hanging on the walls and stuff. Let's see Bassam's reaction. He doesn't know anything about this world right now. He just woke up recently.
He really doesn't.
Enjoy your stay. Remember, all garbage must be packed out. And please water the plants once a day. Poor little plant. I looked like you not long ago.
Oh my god. He is going to have a culture shock. Are you kidding me?
I look like you not long ago. Oh my god.
He's gonna be like this towards everything that's modern.
No, but here's the thing. As Loki, he remembers much more advanced technology.
Yeah, he did say that, but still, I think he would be amused by what these little humans could do now. Like, how far they've come, you know? That machine was definitely the Animus. Like, the Isu version of that.
What they managed to do to try to escape.
Yes, exactly. Here we go.
They tried to go in, literally Soma. It's literally Soma. They went into a digital world to escape.
Right, correct. Oh,
and it was a copy of their minds that went in.
Right, there it is. That's the staff. There it is. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see his reaction to it. Here we go.
Hold tight, love. A new world has opened to us. Once I get my bearings, there is nothing we cannot achieve.
Well, we already know he's reverend.
No, listen to what he says. Did you hear him?
I really don't like the implication of those words.
Bearings, I think, might refer to his hidden blade, possibly. I don't know. It's either his blade or something else. Yeah, but that's not the one that he came with. I don't think that's the one that he owned. I don't know if Bearings is talking about...
If that was the case, why the fuck would they give him the hidden blade?
Oh, remember part of the simulations? You need to have actually something on you that can simulate having a blade in the memories. Layla had one too.
But Evior's blade is from on top. It's a punching dagger, not a hidden blade. Not the same way.
Why would they give him one from below? Actually, you're right. Never mind. I take that back.
Did Basim have a hidden blade in his normal gear?
Possibly. He kept it. Oh, yeah. He had his from before. Yes, yes.
Okay,
they didn't take it from
his
him.
original blade.
That was his original one. Yeah, not giving him another one. I was thinking of Cal Lynch. Cal had to have a blade given to him in order for the simulations to work.
Yeah,
and Layla had one too.
Yeah.
Abstergo gave Layla one in Origins as well.
He created one based off of what Bayek had.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. When she found him.
She had to make hers.
And then she used it. Wait, who's that?
Who's what?
Is that her brother? Do you see the picture at the bottom? Watch. On the sofa. I think that's her brother.
Is it?
Or is it a music album? I don't know if it's a photo or a music album.
It's an album. It's a record album because there's a record player right above it.
It says "Fun Under the Sun."
No, yeah, that's a record. It has to be a record because the record player is right there.
Oh, right. So it's a vinyl. It's a vinyl record. Okay.
Yeah, turn the camera.
Yeah, I got you. No, I see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna read.
Well done, young man. You were onto something.
The hidden ones. Wait, Sean. This is Sean's notes. Oh, I see.
Anyone's adopted, turning an insult into a mark of pride. Curiously, I don't remember one.
That's the one Dad keeps telling me about. He always says that, but historically speaking, that may not be accurate.
England after the Exodus. Edward Kenway read about early assassins. Okay, yeah. So he mentioned that Hatham.
Really? So Hatham is the link?
That Hatham is the one who went to England after the Exodus. That's what it said. Being one of the first assassins back in England after the Exodus around 340 AD.
Oh, okay.
Contacted London Bureau for Hatham Kenway's papers, eventually.
I see. So Hatham Kenway would have been before him. Right. After? Wait. Oh,
340 AD.
So Edward.
340 AD.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. This Hatham, the one from Valhalla, would be before Edward Kenway. He might have known about him. Edward might have known about this Hatham, and that's why he made him
his apprentice. He now can know what happened to his apprentice years later, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's by finishing the game. That's exactly what would happen. All right, there's more notes to read. Here we go. I'm reading some extra ones too. The Yggdrasil Chamber, the Tree of Life. Lena has located a new Issa temple, the Yggdrasil Chamber, for lack of a better term. So that's what it was. Sure, it slowed down and returned the old world to some sense of normalcy.
He's here now. Many pieces fall into place. Category merges into network in a way that it amplifies the Earth's magnetic field. Once the shield is up, the mass coronary direction should have dealt. So was okay. Magnetic field is saved us from threatening. I'll also go again. Driving this increase. The Yggdrasil machine simulation device. The overcooked state.
Overclocked, yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically Desmond was running the calculations on a like he couldn't figure out a way to save everyone the second time around. That's why Lila said you have to look at the past.
Wait, but she suggested letting the world burn, remember?
Yep.
So...
But people would have survived. Humans would have survived just like they did in the past.
In the bunkers, right. Well, no, not all humans. No, not all of them.
No,
not all
the majority of them would be dead. However, humans reproduce quickly because the Isu made them that way. That's part of the reason why they were able to overpopulate the Earth, and the Isu had to merge in order to survive.
I was right. Look at the top. It says Alfred, and the note says the Order of the Ancients. So yeah, they literally spoiled it.
Yeah, so we know who it is now.
Yeah. Eivor doesn't, though.
No, he doesn't know yet. But
that's gonna take another week.
But probably. We know because Sean looked up this shit, and he's supposed to be the one who's on
the outside. Yeah, that's right. Sean looked into his own memories, and he found references about the origins of the name Templar. That's what Sean's memories were about.
Where the origins of the word Templar came from?
It was rumors around the time his great slave ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Folke. I told you about her. So there is also a chance for... Folke is called the Instrument. Folke the Heretic. Remember her? The bob cut girl?
Yep.
She was the traitor that sold Eivor and the others out for King Alfred. About her, she's named the Instrument, by the way. And...
Which has implications and connotations to begin with, which makes me not like her in any way, shape, or form.
No, the implications are actually pretty solid, because it could be that the Instruments of the First World started with her, not with the Templar Order. In other words, they're a separate
No, they
movement.
were definitely they were two separate movements for sure, because the instruments of the First Will literally worshipped the Isu and wanted to bring them back.
Well, specifically Juno, I think.
Specifically Juno, but they would have settled for anyone, but they were hoping for Juno because she's the one who promised them, whatever.
Hold on a second.
What?
Wouldn't Desmond be wherever Juno is back when she was alive?
In the system.
Yeah, exactly. Her soul would have been preserved there.
Well, I think she was more specifically stuck in the Grand Temple and she couldn't move around a whole heck of a lot. Desmond can move around all he wants.
Her place, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying in Turin Turin was the closest city to the Grand Temple that activated the machine. Yggdrasil is supporting the machine. The other temples all support this one.
Right. That makes sense.
So Desmond's in the Yggdrasil temple right now trying to figure out his calculations to fix shit.
Looking at Basim, it just occurred to me that Altair and his descendants and ancestors all existed at the time when Basim was around.
Wait,
Isn't that weird? Isn't that very, very weird?
Wait, what
In
do you
other
mean?
words, Basim existed throughout history hidden away, right?
Yeah, because he was in the temple the whole time.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what you mean. So technically he was there the whole time, even though he wasn't participating.
Yes, exactly. So in other words, when Basim was outside, that's when he pretty much procreated, and that's how Altair's lineage was created.
Yeah, because he had to have a kid before he came to England.
Eivor,
with,
yes,
Eivor
exactly.
and the
Then Eivor and Sigurd trapped him away, and then Altair came to be several centuries after that, like 2 or 3 centuries later.
Was it 2 or 3 centuries? I thought he was a grandpa.
He would be a great grandpa. Looking at the dates, he would probably be 4 centuries actually away. Not a direct.
So Umar's grandfather.
Yeah, exactly. He would probably be Umar's grandfather. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So why? Because I went back and checked Ezio's codexes about Umar. Umar wasn't kidnapped. Umar was born into the Assassin's Brotherhood, just like Altair. Both of them.
Okay, so Umar's
that's
father
technically
was the one who probably joined
that's
in.
the one. That's the one that Basim would have been lamenting, like the one regretting.
Because he never got to meet he either never got to meet his child and therefore his grandchild by that point, because we don't know how old Basim's child was when he came over to Norway and therefore England.
Yeah, looking at the dates, it wouldn't be Omar directly. It would be someone above Omar, like someone older than him. So it would have been Omar's dad, which means we don't have a name once again. The only name we have is Altair and Omar. But we do not have...
Speaking, like, Altair lived to be a fucking like 92 years old, but that's mostly we blame the apple for that. But that doesn't mean that Basim wouldn't have been able to live to see his great-grandkids, because Altair sure as fuck did.
The problem is Basim was locked away.
Yes, but if he hadn't, he probably would have lived an extended lifespan.
Only if he had the piece of Eden, I think. Or if he was Isu.
He is Isu.
Well, remember, until you activate your Isu DNA, I think you're still a human, like Eivor. Eivor defeated Odin.
Yeah, but like, you're playing as Basim now. Does that mean that you can activate Eagle Vision while playing as Basim in the real world?
Nope, it's not there. I think that's what he was talking about. He wants it back. Eagle Vision is not here for him.
So it's not activated in this body. He never had it while he was...
Yeah, he definitely had it before. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He had it as Loki, but he didn't have it as Basim.
No, I think he had Eagle Vision as Basim as well.
But that doesn't make any sense that he wouldn't be able to use it right now. Even if he's rusty as fuck, he should still be able to activate that skill.
I think that's... Well, he can, but not right now. I think that's exactly why he needs Eivor's memories, simply to get back what he is missing. I mean, he says it. He literally says that he's missing stuff. Whoa.
But that still doesn't make sense, because literally Eagle Vision is a genetic trait, not a physical trait. Like, yeah, he might be rusty, like he can train up Eagle Vision, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't be able to use it right now.
Well, it's not letting me. It's definitely not letting me.
I mean, the mechanics of the game are preventing it, but like, you know.
So in other words, canonically he would have it, but
he should have it, even if it's maybe a little
disabled
weak.
right now. Like maybe he just
right
doesn't
now it's
need
disabled
it.
because the game's not going to fucking let us. But like specifically speaking, he should have access to Eagle Vision. Like,
weren't there points in Desmond's story? I can't remember which one, like 1, 2, or 3, where you try to use Eagle Vision and it's not available because you trust the people around you, quote unquote. I remember that. So this might be a similar scenario.
Maybe, but I still kind of want to see what the world looks like through Bossam's Eagle Vision to compare it to the others. But
everybody would be red. Everybody would definitely
I remember
be red.
in Brotherhood, when you were in the hideout in Monteregione, you didn't use Eagle Vision inside, but you could use it outside, and that's where you could see the red footsteps. But yeah, Desmond pretty much implicitly trusted the rest of the team.
So he wouldn't use it on them.
Bassam is, as Loki, cannot be trusted implicitly because he is fucking Loki, and we know his story, and we know that this man lies through his teeth like he breathes.
Right. That is his
So he
thing.
cannot be trusted. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him. Like, Bassam is awesome, like, and I freaking love him, but like, as Loki, this causes problems.
Huge ones. I still can't believe I guessed that he was Alethea's lover correctly. That's still... I kind of didn't want it to be true, but it is him. He was the other... Like, he was the traitor, basically, among the Isu Council. He wasn't a member of the Council. He wasn't a member of the Seven. I don't think
he was a pretty high-end scientist in that case, though.
Yeah, we saw him, yeah. So he was like Juno, I guess.
So he helped them develop this system to escape.
And then killed whoever Bassam was supposed to be. Someone that was there, yeah.
And then he took that spot. But of course, Aletheia wasn't high enough to get this same method of saving her. That's why he put her in the staff.
Yes, she didn't want to, and he still put her in there. Correct. Was Aletheia a member? Hold on. Was Aletheia a member?
I don't... Was she? You're the one who would know more about that than I would at this point.
To believe this device has a thought.
Because you've seen the DLCs for her.
I really have to use my hands and voice.
Yes, Atlantis DLCs, correct. But it's funny that he's talking about the laptop right now. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at the video again, one last time.
He's like, this laptop is so primitive.
Alright, here we go. That was him. That's Loki. He has that buzz cut. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there was a council of 7, and Loki I don't think was standing among them. It was someone else.
No. This is him right here coming in.
Oh, 8! It's 8! Council of 8, not 7. There was 8 people. There's Odin, Freya, Tyr. We know Tyr and Thor are there as well.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 8.
And then the Toba catastrophe happens.
And they have to quickly transfer themselves into the new bodies.
The serum is definitely the Well of Weird.
That's the thing that bridged them. That's the thing that bridged them.
Transferred their souls into those pods. Into those babies. Those are human pods. Their souls transferring.
Humans specifically made as hybrids.
Yes, exactly. So you could technically theorize that Desmond was made the same way as well. Or calculated to be the same way.
Yeah, he was made the long way, not the short way. This was made the short way.
Look at all those Isu lines. Yeah, definitely. They're transferring a copy of their consciousness
into the new body.
Yes. And they would grow in the human world. So they would just be set free. So that was what was going on. Maybe Loki wants to find this and recreate it to bring back his children, he said. So yeah, maybe he might actually revive the assassins. He did say he wants to take the war to the Templars. So that's
he would revive what? Altair and
everyone. Yeah. Maybe in the DLC. Now we actually have to play the DLC. God damn it. Just like Atlantis.
But in order to do that, he would have to A, recreate the bodies, and B, find the correct DNA or animus sequence to transfer into the body.
6 leave. One of them gets killed from the 8. Loki takes it, transfers himself instead.
Because these guys got ready to fight when they left.
So who are they fighting? Is this the Human Rebellion?
Would it have been the Human Rebellion?
It did happen, I think, around the same time, didn't it?
That was part of the reason why they were so distracted from the sun a little bit.
I think Loki is talking with Alethea when he puts on his helmet. Or maybe he says the code words. I don't know. Okay, he transfers himself in there. He's talking, he's saying something. And that's it. So Loki's body, that's Bossum. That's what creates Bossum.
Would that be something along the lines of, I'll see you again, I'll see you soon.
Maybe. It's either that or they said something specific to transfer the Huger. Because Mimir said the same thing. Mimir said that you have to sacrifice something, and I don't know if you need to chant something as well. I know that Odin chanted something, and then Sigurd chanted something to open the gates. I remember that.
Yeah, but that's the gates, not the specific machine.
Well, I feel like the Isu technology has been locked away in a similar fashion. I mean, that's how you open the gates anyway. You chanted those things.
Yeah, so, but again, back to Bossum bringing back his descendants or trying to find them. Like, if he would have to, find this place, if it wasn't even in the Yggdrasil temple, he'd have to fix the technology that has been busted, then, recreate fucking a bunch of bodies.
That would be the future.
Yeah, but then he would need to find their Huger or their memories from the Animus. So either stored memories on a hard drive or something else. He'd have to find their, deceased bodies and plug into it and then transfer that genetic memory over.
Well, when we went to the Yggdrasil chamber, there were multiple bodies up there. It wasn't just him.
No, there were others who had managed to make it back. We already know Freya made it back.
Yeah, and Thor should definitely be up there higher. There's a couple of them that were really high that you couldn't see directly. We could probably review the cutscenes when we get to it later. But in terms of the chants, these are Isu chants right here. This is the stuff Layla said, the stuff Sigurd said at the vault. These are Isu chants. So I feel that the Isu technology is voice activated. And with a certain message.
Wasn't that just what Bossum was complaining about with the computer? He's like, I have to use my hands and my, to do this. Like, it's not a mind interface. I have to use my hands and voice. Like, what is this?
You know what? That might be a plot hole right there. Because it looks like he did use his voice before, when he was Loki. He did use his voice for a couple of things. Definitely. Either he didn't know or... No, but when he sat down there, I don't know if he was talking with Alethea or he was chanting something, because I think the others chanted as well to transfer their souls. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we're not gonna... I mean, there's no audio into that video in either sense, so it doesn't... we can kind of mark it as irrelevant at the moment.
Here's the question, though. Those Animus anomalies, now I'm certain those were Desmond's doing. Pretty sure. Desmond was showing us this.
He was trying to get Layla to find him, because he said that the odds of her coming have been incrementally getting better and better.
Right, which was as she was solving those Animus anomalies. Exactly, exactly.
He was trying to make sure that she would find him, or, whoever was in her place at that time would have found him.
Yes. Well, Bossum could have found them too. Yeah. That is correct. Jesus. So yeah, this is it for Layla. She's not getting out. She lost the staff, and now Bossum has it. And wow.
Because she dropped it. Yeah, she was shocked when the machine plugged into her because it automatically did that.
Yeah, Desmond told her, no, you don't have the staff. And then she remembered.
Because he could tell. Because he can tell because of the temple.
Yeah, he can tell that this person is pretty much in the same position as him. And she turned into him next.
Because she glowed. She went full interface with the system because that's it. She can't get out.
Yeah.
But that means Bossum said he wasn't alone, but he was referring to Desmond, not to Freya. Does that mean that the others aren't in Valhalla anymore?
They could be stuck in that simulation. In that case, they wouldn't have ascended. They would have stayed just the same way, just like Bossum. Remember, Layla had to walk through the gates? She had to get out of there. She knew right away, ironically, because I guess she's not Isu and she's not like Eivor. She knew right away that something was off and that this was not real. And
yeah, but the entire background was like glitched to fucking back.
I think that was her point of view. She could tell right away. Eivor, on the other hand, and Sigurd, they couldn't. They really believed they were in Valhalla.
Yeah, because that's, how are they supposed to believe anything else? Like, for that, regardless of memories awakened or not, like the place felt real, it looked real, and they kind of, that's the culture they grew up with, so this is what they believed should have been. But at the same
Right.
time, like, it's the difference of the past perspective and the future knowledge type deal. That's how, like, she can tell. But, like, also, when Ivor and Sigurd were in Valhalla, to them, the system was working at full optimal functionality. Like, when Layla went in, the system was overtaxed already.
Oh, so it was
The
related
rendering-
to how it was overclocked. Right.
Yeah. So the
I
entire
get it.
system's overtaxed and it's not rendering properly anymore.
Right. That's why. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been just because it was her entering. It was the timing. It was the time and the circumstances. Okay, I see your point. That makes sense. That makes
And
perfect sense.
as long as Yggdrasil doesn't have a full catastrophic meltdown, she can stay in the system indefinitely, and unless they hop to a different temple.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think that's going to stay now forever. Like, now that we've reached this point, moving on from here, this is going to govern all of the future assassin-like endeavors, like whatever we see later on. The DLC, obviously, for sure, and possibly the next game.
But that doesn't mean we won't hear from Layla and Desmond again. They're in the system, they're looking for a way around the node, and they're looking at the calculations. So that doesn't mean they're not going to send out messages periodically saying, hey, something is happening.
That is true. Layla literally sent out a message to them. She told them. That is true.
So they are capable of sending out messages. And, obviously with all of that melted ice, it's going to cool down the Yggdrasil system now that they've toned down the amount the shield is going off.
I think that the way they cooled it down, I think it was more Layla telling Desmond what to do. Remember, she suggested something to him.
She said, let the world burn. Find a way from there.
Oh shit, if that happened, then the reason why the world is okay now is because most of the planet is empty.
Because everybody's dead?
Possibly. I mean, well, okay, Sean told Layla just slow down the machine, but Layla inside told him to look at the okay, we're not 100% sure if Desmond made that route canon or not. The route of letting the world burn. We don't know that, but Layla suggested it to him. She suggested the one thing that we were constantly talking about. If Desmond let the world burn, Desmond would be alive now.
But the world would still have been damaged, a bunch of people would be dead and whatnot, and people would be slowly recovering. They'd recover faster because they would have remembered what happened, but potentially. But does that mean we've hopped into another timeline now? Or because, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I think I have some...
Here's the next question.
Okay,
The next DLC, is it going to be related to this swap and decision?
There is a 99% chance that, yes, that's going to be it. Because Basim is now a fact. He's outside now. So yeah, 100%, 99%. I don't know if they can, just like Atlantis. They have to keep going with the story forward. And there's going to be something more solid. Give me a second. Let me check something very quickly.
Because it's either going to be they go back and change the past, which of course changes the present that we know of for them, or try to merge the two timelines back together again and kind of do that weird Marvel thing with Thanos and the Infinity Stones, where it's like, oh, everybody died, we just brought them back.
That was dumb. That was very dumb. That's not how... I'm pretty sure Ubisoft is way more sophisticated than that.
To be fair, Marvel doesn't like leaving people dead for very long.
Here we go. This is the 2 DLC right here. I bought the pass. I just don't know if I can play them right away. It says, The Way of the Berserker. Join a legendary Norse Berserker on his quest for revenge. The Way of the Berserker is a bonus mission in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a bonus mission. So I guess it's not...
You literally get to work with a polar bear?
Yeah. Actually, that was in the game from before as well. Then, this is the one Guru Rick might actually be very interested in. The Legend of Beowulf. Because he was talking a lot about that when I told him about this game.
That's a whole ballad for Beowulf.
So that would technically... Well, it says bonus missions, but...
Oh, fuck, what is that shadow?
Huh? Wait, where? Oh! Oh, shit! Hold on, I never paid attention to this! Oh, fuck!
You didn't see that?
I did not see that! I thought it was a regular cave!
It looks like a fucking Wendigo or some shit.
Oh, jeez. I mean, by the way, just giving you an update, the dragon that we thought we saw for Fenrir was Fenrir himself. He was a giant wolf. So it wasn't a dragon. There was no dragon. It was Fenrir himself. He just looked like a dragon in Eivor's dream. Remember that one cutscene like a long time ago when I started this game? So there was no dragon. It was just Eivor's vision of
but like,
Fenrir.
the visions are like a weird mix of his current understanding and his past memories.
Yes, correct. These two are missions. They're not. These two are missions.
They're add-on missions. They're not DLC.
They're not DLC, which means the DLC is coming. But the season pass is for the DLC, just like Odyssey, which means they're not out yet. Which means we have to wait for Ubisoft to. So I was wrong about that. I thought that was going to be the DLC. Apparently not. These are just missions I can go back into the Animus and do it.
Yeah, those are side missions that you can get extra bonuses for.
Maybe one of them has.
Thing. You definitely do the Beowulf thing.
Well, remember, we still have to take care of the Templars first.
Yes. But like, you do definitely have to play the Beowulf thing because that looks sick.
You want me to start with that one first? So probably it's going to be.
No, I'm just saying at some point you have to do it.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to finish the whole thing. I mean, at this point right now, the game is... The game is forcing me to be a completionist, because apparently I couldn't finish anything without grinding and completing the whole damn thing. This is part of me.
God, him in that stupid wolf shirt.
I know.
The question is, whose clothes is he currently wearing? Whose clothes is that?
Definitely not Layla's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Sean or Rebecca? It looks more like Rebecca's. Just a little bit.
Unless it's clothes left over by the owner of the Airbnb.
The log cabin?
Maybe. I don't think they would leave their clothes there, but I mean, fucking fine.
I mean, they could bring spare clothes. Sean and Rebecca would definitely... Like, they're a married couple. I'm pretty sure they would pack...
Sean is too classy to wear that shirt. Let's be
honest.
honest.
It's not his, but I'm just saying, they would definitely pack extra clothes. Like, for change, you know?
Yeah, but that's their clothing, not somebody, oh, I'm leaving you guys this house and you can do whatever you want.
I forgot to show you. There we go. He's actually doing Shadow Stick. He's actually doing Shadow Stick right after the Sinawali. Right after the Sinawali, I think he's doing Shadow Stick. There's something that resembles a Watek in this too.
Because he's pulling umbrellas.
Okay, so he does umbrellas.
Yeah, he is.
And then when he finishes, he's switching in the opposite direction. So I think he's.
Yeah.
All right, now here's where he does the Ikis. He does it with both of them together, which is what we practice at the beginning of class every time. Those are the heavy hits. So theoretically, I could do the Sinawali.
Yeah, that's a heavy attack. Okay, yeah.
Into the double hits. Pretty sure those were the double Ikises that we used to do. Alright, so let me check something very quickly and that's it. We're going to wrap it up for today because I have to sleep. Quests. It looks like I have to finish... Oh, hold on. Oh, that's a different... Okay, so he does go back... He goes back to frickin' Norway. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm just going to check this quickly, actually, because... let's see, where is it? Where do we go for Norway? I'm trying to remember. I think it was... Yeah, there we go. Wait, it's not letting me? What the... Oh, never mind. No, it's a small mission. Never mind. Yeah, that's just a small mission. I thought it was a big one in Norway. It's not in Norway. It's just a local one. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be just stuff that's, like, unfinished business. But the big one, of course, is this one. This is the big one. Haytham wants you to wipe out the entire order, so that's it. This is the one that I'm going to be focusing on. The other stuff, collecting the codexes... They have a codex system in this game, too. So...
Who wrote this codex?
Haytham believes that forgotten knowledge is stored in the Hidden One's bureaus. Seek it out. Most likely the stuff Aya would have left from Origins.
Okay,
Most
yeah,
likely.
yeah.
It would have been because I saw Aya Amunet at the end of Origins. She was writing stuff. Same with Bayek's bureau. They also
Okay, so she
behind
probably
codexes.
wrote those.
Yeah, she and Bayek, both of them wrote those too. Definitely. I don't think Cassandra left any codexes, so it would have been them.
No,
it would have been Bayek and
no.
Aya. And they're still called the Hidden Ones. So technically speaking, this is the closest thing we have to what Aya and Bayek left behind.
They didn't take the name Assassin until Altair and Al-Mualim, or when Al-Mualim was a young man, and that's when they were being called Assassin by the knights that came in.
Yeah, correct. Also, Bah, I think, used it. That's the actual, like, history that, you know, that keeps telling me about. However, here's what I'm wondering. Here's my question. How did they end up in the Levant, in Jerusalem?
They spread all over the place. So somebody probably went in... wait, no, Basim is Arabic, isn't he?
Yeah, Basim is from there, from the Levant.
Yeah, he's from there.
Did
So somebody from Aya's Hidden Ones spread out all over the place and started setting up bureaus all over the damn place, and then, you know, each major city kind of ended up with... each region ended up with, like, a master city of the Hidden Ones.
There's something missing, though. You're missing something. I'm talking about Loki's pod baby. His baby would have probably landed there. Eivor's landed in Norway. A couple of the other people landed in different places. So Sigurd and Eivor both landed in Norway. They're babies. They're pod babies. Remember? The reincarnations?
Yeah.
Basim would have landed there.
Too.
Basim would have landed over there in the Levant. He wouldn't have landed with them in Norway.
Okay, but why was he all the way over there then?
That's what I'm thinking. Exactly. Thank you. That's it. That is the correct question. How did he end up there? We just know that his pod baby was not in Norway. If he was in Norway, he would have been alongside everyone else in Eivor's tribe, or a rivaling tribe. That's it. But no, he ended up all the way on the other side of the planet. We just don't know how. Not to mention...
Did he set that location beforehand?
That's another thing. Did the Isu actually know where they were going to land?
Well, they could calculate it out, so they probably had a pretty good idea where they were going.
Well, they didn't even need calculations. All they would have to do was literally drop the babies there. Oh, you're talking about when they were born. Oh, I see.
Because, like, Odin and everyone, like, they, you know, through the calculations, they knew, okay, we're going to be reborn with this system, and, you know, we're going to have these kids awaken at, you know, X date in this place.
Right, correct. I see. So it would have been the calculator that did it.
But then why would Loki choose to put, you know, either himself or the calculator, why would they choose to put him all the way over there? Unless it realized that he was an outlier from someone who wasn't supposed to be there.
Potentially. Someone else was intended to go in that place, and then it was him.
But would the system have noticed something like that?
I don't think it could tell. Because he was born fine. The only disadvantage he had was not being able to find Eivor and Sigurd, Javi and Tyr.
And he could have potentially gone through his entire life never having awakened as Loki and just lived a normal life if he hadn't met up with Sigurd.
There was just one thing that triggered that. One event. And that was Gunloder. Yes, Gunloder communicated by accident to him. So that was the moment that triggered his memories, his Isu memories, probably. And he figured out he is not Basim, he's Loki, and he just has to play along.
I mean, technically he's both, but like Loki's always been very good about masquerading.
Right. And then from there he got trapped after whoever he married gave birth to Umar's grandfather, potentially, or father. And then after that, he got trapped by Eivor and Sigurd in the Yggdrasil chamber. So that's basically
and the system kept him alive for a good couple hundred years.
Oh, way longer than that. I mean, it kept him alive.
Well, she said a millennia, so
yeah,
it would have been more than 1,000. Because Altair's about 800, and if we're talking about his potentially great-grandfather, that would be at least another.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, at the time until Altair was born. Right.
Yeah. I mean, the system kept his body in pretty good condition. I expected skeletons. Like, he was actually still fleshy. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, we saw him grab the staff and revive himself, yeah. So in other words, his calculations went as far as the staff dropping right in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he made Layla release him from the system.
Using Alethea. Alethea was building up to this. So everything that Alethea did
those
in
two
Odyssey,
have been working together this entire time, or that was their plan.
Exactly. That's why Basim was talking to her. It was like, finally, like, your work paid off, basically. So everything So Alethea technically made Layla kill her best friend in Odyssey in the DLC. That would have been her, to give her the motivation to do this. Now, I'm pretty sure Layla can actually see timelines where Vicky would be alive, her bestie.
Yep.
And even before that, Deanna as well, from Origins.
Both
she
of
had
them,
two
because
partners.
now they're looking at... Because they're not just looking at this specific timeline, they're looking at the other timeline too now.
So here's a funny RP question. Would Layla take time to, like, live some of the timelines that she wants to see? Or, like, observe and look? Because they're readers now. Remember, Desmond introduced himself as the reader. They're readers now.
I really hate that. I really hate that.
He reads the timelines. He's practically reading all the fiction that exists, you know? All that could have been. He actually reads all of that.
He is the master fanfiction archivist.
Pretty much. He is AO3. He's higher than AO3.
He's all of them. AO3, fanfiction.net, Dreamwidth.
Oh my god, all the RPs on Discord. Oh my god. So that's what I'm thinking.
This also means that every fanfiction is technically one of the timelines that he's read.
Correct.
Including the crack.
Correct. My question is, Layla is new to this job. She's no longer human, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't lost herself yet like Desmond did. The question is, would she feel sentiment, emotions, or would she ascend? I think she would eventually ascend and not feel anything.
She will definitely, eventually she will ascend for sure, but like she will probably be able to retain more of her humanity than Desmond did, because Desmond was alone this whole time, other than Bassam. Layla's at least got somebody there with her to help her stay there. Keep herself, and she might be able to bring some of Desmond's humanity back too.
Oh, you mean like perspective? Oh, I see what you're saying. But
because Desmond, as the reader, didn't have the perspective of what if I choose the other side of it. She was the one who brought that perspective too, and he hadn't even thought of that perspective.
Right.
So because of that,
That's right. He said that. He definitely said that.
He's like, I didn't think of that, or along those terms, but.
You want to know why? You want to know why he never thought of those terms? Because he didn't want to kill the people he loved. On the alternate timeline that Layla suggested, there would be a lot of people that he loved that would die. So there's a part of him that's still there. But now it's kind of gone, so he's like, I can't see why I wouldn't consider that.
Yeah, he's gone more Isu. He's gone more
Isu while he's been in the
system. He's lost track. His human heart has been buried a little bit.
Which kind of answers my question. My question was literally about that. Layla still has her heart for a little bit more time before she loses track of it too, with all the calculating, with all the calculations. So at that point...
Yeah, because basically Desmond's gone more analytical because he's had to hardcore focus on trying to save everyone. He has to save everyone, he has to save everyone, he has to figure it out. And
for 8 years.
He's kind of lost it. For 8 years, as far as we know, on the inside the system, he's probably been at this for way longer.
Well, it's either way longer or maybe years are nothing to him and it could have been just a few minutes. Layla said it could be anything.
It could be a few minutes, it could be a few hundred years.
Every time he would look and say, nope, scratch it all, start over. And I think it's because the world is ending each time.
He's trying to figure out another way.
And Layla just recommended something.
His literal job that he was created to do was to save everybody.
So that means that...
And Layla's literally throwing that off. Being like, nope, let it burn.
Moral, I think that basically means Desmond knew. Somehow, inside of him, he might have actually known at that moment that this was his calling to ascend to this new job. In other words, when he put his hand on that pedestal and, sacrificed himself, I think part of him might have been aware that this is nothing, like this doesn't even matter. What matters is what comes next after. So in other words, and it kind of confirms my theory that Desmond jumped into this thing like immediately without a second thought, sacrificing himself because I think he knew. I think he knew all the way back in Assassin's Creed 3, he would have probably known by now that this is his father.
But would that have been a conscious decision, or would that have been an instinctual...
Instinctual. Definitely instinctual. Isu instincts. His Isu instincts definitely kicked in at that moment. That this is okay. It's gonna be okay.
So he would have been calm enough because his instincts were telling him this is okay, like it's gonna be okay, like you're gonna make it out, even if his conscious brain doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, there's a very quick way to check that, actually. Are you still there with me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Can you see my pause menu? Or did it stop?
It's still running. I still see you at the mission quest.
Okay. And does it bring you back to your screen or mine?
Hang on, it's waiting 10 seconds. Lag.
Okay. If it doesn't...
Okay, I see the circle with the line through it over the camera side.
Ah, so you can't see what I'm seeing. So I can't... okay, I tried to open YouTube. Yeah, I tried to open YouTube just to show it to you, but it doesn't let me open YouTube here. In other words, it won't let me broadcast.
That's where the share play. That's where the advantage of share play versus
regular. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, honestly, even with share play, I don't think it would have worked. Like whether I was broadcasting normally or using share play, I don't think it would have worked. I think either way, it would not show you what I'm trying to get. So we'll probably have to watch it later. But what I was going to show you was just the video where Desmond put his hand on the Grand Temple's pedestal. Well, now we know it doesn't matter. It wasn't really that painful, you know? I think what happened to him...
No, it still fucking hurt. It still hurt. It still would have hurt.
I think what happened to him resembles what happened to Odin and the others when they were transferring their souls. I think it was just a copy. Like, Desmond pretty much just went into it. Now we know.
Yeah, but like Desmond wasn't sitting down in a chair and he just had like that little prick going on. He literally was like hard ripped from his own body.
Yeah, I mean we can assume that he went in pain, but I don't know. I still wanna believe that instinctually he felt that it was still gonna be okay. Maybe it hurt a little bit, but I don't want to think that he suffered. I don't think he suffered.
I mean the question is, will the shock of all of that have transferred over with him?
The pain of putting his hand on that thing?
I mean, because pain tends to linger a little bit, so like his mind would have been in shock from, you know, getting
maybe momentarily, but remember, Layla did the exact same thing. She actually put her hands on it too.
But she didn't get fried. She was already in the void. It's not like she was being ripped from her body and put into the system. She was already in the system.
Well, she found a different path. She used the Yggdrasil chamber. She used that one instead. So, she didn't necessarily die, per se. It's just that she's pretty much in Basim's place, which is a little bit... I don't want to say disgusting, but it's definitely traumatizing for me. I know I'm going to get nightmares from that. The idea of her getting sucked in his place and him getting the fuck out just pisses me off and disgusts me a little bit. Like, she didn't deserve it that way.
How long has Basim been planning that?
Yeah, I mean, he met Desmond and he worked it out with him. So it would have been whenever the message was sent out, remember? The recording.
He already knew that Alethea was coming for him.
Oh, right, the staff. Right. I don't know if he would have calculated it. I guess he would have calculated it with Desmond. Desmond would have probably shown him the calculation for that. He called him a friend.
He would have been the only conscious person there also. I mean, there's no way they wouldn't have bonded over it, because literally would have been the only other person there that they could talk to. And plus, Desmond's a descendant.
However, there was something missing that we didn't talk about as well. There were the three Urders, the three Mjolnirs. Yeah, and Basim told them, when Layla arrived, Basim told them, your job is done. You can go now. So I think those three were also dead and trying to, like, pass on. And then they vanished after that when Layla showed up. So
they deleted from the system, they moved on to the Grey.
Well, no, I think that was the Grey. I think they moved to the Grey beyond after that. Are you
That wouldn't
sure?
have been the gray. Yeah, because the gray is different. The gray is the recycle bin of the universe. The trash bin. That's how Clay described it.
Honestly,
Literally,
at this point, I would not be shocked to see Clay there too, with Desmond. But
no,
it's
because
only
Clay never got uploaded into the Grand Temple.
Right.
He was only in the Animus.
Right, and there's another reason, additionally, of course, beyond that as well. Clay, I don't think, was able to handle the calculations. That's what drove him to suicide in the first place.
Well, the problem was that his brain was the thing running the calculations, not the machine.
Right, and it drove him mad. He ended up slitting his own wrist, I think. And
between the bleeding effect and the calculations running in his head, he pretty much couldn't handle it.
And he wrote what he can on the walls for Desmond to see. He didn't even know about Desmond at the time.
Oh, he knew.
He knew about Subject after him, like Subject 17?
Oh, yeah. He definitely knew. Which means
so,
we have to go back and
he
look
was
at
waiting for him. Right. Right. I remember now.
We have to go back and look at those glyphs again.
Yeah, Revelations and in Brotherhood. Right. Yes, I always have trouble remembering those.
I'm talking about the ones he drew on the wall.
Oh, from the first one. Yeah. Oh, from the first one? I actually looked at those. They involve some pretty complicated math stuff, like stuff that wasn't solved, like mathematical impossibilities. He was able to write down a couple of things that I'm guessing the Isu would have probably let him know. Like things that he knew the Isu would know. But it broke him. Yeah, but it broke him.
It was too much for a human brain, yeah. And he didn't have enough of the precursor to do it. He had enough to activate, but it wasn't enough to stabilize.
So now everything we know about those Isu messages from the 6 vaults in Egypt, the 6 vaults Bayek discovered about breaking the node, and about Desmond and stuff, that's it. That was the culmination of that. Seeing that in front of us. So in other words, now we have a clear understanding of this.
But now it's the next step. Like, literally, each of these is another step in the Isu plan to kind of save everybody.
Well, I still don't know. Here's the one thing I don't know. I still don't know if Layla's suggestion of letting the world burn in 2012 is the reality, the timeline that we're in right now. The one Basim is in. I still don't know.
Why would it be that one? Why would it be that one?
Well, the world looks a lot better right now.
No, because they slowed down the machine. It's not overcooking anymore.
Okay, so in other words, when Layla suggested that, that's just a calculation. That's not...
That's just a calculation. That's not what's actually currently happening. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I get it. It was just something for Desmond to look at and consider so that he doesn't fry his brain over it too much. Maybe
part of it, yeah. But he might be able to send a message to the past and change another branched off timeline and do that. So this reality would stay the way it is, but another reality might have had a Desmond receive a message saying, hey, do this instead.
So kind of what they did in Command & Conquer.
Branching timelines, yeah.
Yeah, in other words, stuff happening in another timeline, the consequences would be over there, not in the one that we're looking from.
Yeah.
Like a reference.
You cannot go back in time and change your present. All it does is hop over. If you go back and change the past, it simply branches off into another timeline because both would have existed.
Ah, I see. So you would just go back the way you were, and then there's another timeline happening at the same time with very different consequences. Right. Yes, I remember that. That they did teach that in both Steins Gate. Yeah, I'm thinking about this right now. Okay.
So that's a potential. That could be a part of the potential for the DLC, unless it's focusing on Basim and whatever the fuck he's gonna do.
I'm so pissed off. I thought the DLC was on its way or something. They haven't even announced it yet.
It's probably gonna be a little bit.
Man, I wonder what they're gonna add next. I mean, I don't know. Part of me thinks Clay might be a possibility, even if he was never transferred to the temple.
I mean, personally, I would love it if Clay came back.
I mean, think about it. If Desmond can mess with the calculations way back before, like the reader Desmond right now, God Desmond, then in that scenario, he can lead Clay to any direction he wants. It doesn't have to be just the one that led to him being him.
He could go back and leave a message for Clay and not just his past self.
I mean, we literally saw it with Basim. We literally saw Basim leave a message for Sean and Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
So
to lead Layla to him, yeah.
Exactly. What would prevent Desmond from doing that and checking the calculations from there? The world with Clay. What would the world be like with Clay? I think that's a major possibility. I'm telling you.
It would be great, except for the fact that Ubisoft doesn't remember that Clay exists.
You said that about Desmond.
That's true. No, but that's true. But here's the thing: like when you go up to one of the creative directors at a convention, at a panel, and you ask them, "What are you guys going to bring back Subject 16 Clay?" and they go, "Who?"
Come on, what if they were just faking it just to mess with us?
If they were faking it, then shame upon them for breaking my fucking heart.
I mean, they did that with Desmond, and look where he ended up. He ended up being a freaking god. He ended up actually at higher state of existence.
But are they going to do anything else with this, or was this the only time we will ever see him ever again?
No, absolutely not. So, okay, this is how I'm viewing this right now. This exact moment right now that we're in, okay? Because every exchange that you and I have has a beginning and an end, but I think the consequences from it are very different, okay? This is what I consider to be a soft, malleable spot. This is where we can literally talk about what could happen later on, and we could either get it right or not. For example, the last time that we had a heart-to-heart about this, we talked about Layla using Otso, and then we talked about meeting Desmond. One of those things happened, but the other didn't. Otso did not happen. We don't know what happened with Otso. There's potential that he might be in the DLC. That could happen. But here's what I'm trying to say. Now that we've reached this point, this is a soft spot. This is a malleable spot. It's like striking iron while it's hot. Think of the timelines right now, our conversation, as like hot iron, red hot iron, okay? You can shape it any way you want. Literally, that's Desmond's job, by the way, just so you know. That's basically what he's doing as well. But I'm talking about how we got to this point. It's been like almost an entire year. We're in December. I think we had this conversation, the first time you and I ever had this conversation may have been last November, I want to say. Back at the convention. We talked... No. It was a little bit after that. Player One, right. We talked about this possibility back in Player One, and that's when I shared that theory with you. You told me about Cassandra being alive, and I started catching up with the games the next year after, this year. But I'm pretty sure back then I had sparked the idea that Desmond was actually still alive. So it would have been over a year. I was thinking about this the whole time. Like, I just was never... Like, it just grew stronger with me. A little bit. Just a little bit gradually. And you constantly said... I remember you always saying, like, lower your expectations, you know? Like, that's kind of your philosophy. But it kind of worked out.
If you have low expectations and something good happens and you're, like, super fucking excited. If you have high expectations and then you get fucked up, it's like, well, now you're disappointed as hell.
I think that it's not about expectations. It's about the meaning of it. Sometimes what you think you see in front of you is not exactly the disappointment that you thought it was. We thought Desmond was dead.
I mean, his body is fucking dead. Doesn't mean he's gone.
Yeah, but I'll be brutally honest. At this point right now, not even him cares about this. Not even he cares about it. Like, that's just a tiny... The Desmond that he knew in that world was just a tiny footnote compared to what he is now. I'm not belittling him. I'm not saying that he didn't deserve a normal life. All I'm saying is, I think he was aware. He was aware that he was going to go in this direction. It was instinct. But right now...
There is potential, but they never said anything otherwise. When that could have been because...
Well, that's why I wanted to pull up the video of him and that moment. He just rushed right into it. From what I remember, he actually, like, pushed his dad aside and... Well, I guess he hugged him, I think. That was it.
Yeah, they shared a final hug, but like at the same time, like at the last second, William was like, "We can find another way," and it's like, if you had wanted another way, you would have looked in the first place. But also, it's too fucking late.
Oh, the irony, the extreme irony of that statement.
Yeah, right.
The absolute irony.
If you had wanted to find another way, you should have been looking from the start.
No, the irony is lost on that entire exchange because that's literally what Desmond is doing right now. He is literally starting and ending timelines just to see another way. That's literally his job. So when he told William that, little did he know. I don't know if he actually knew.
No, but now he has time to look for those solutions. Back then, he didn't have time to look for those solutions.
Well, he had to get to this point. That's what I'm trying to say. He had to get to this point. So, in a sense, that's what I'm trying to convey here. During this soft spot that we have right now, while the iron is still hot, I'm trying to adjust your point of view about this. I think Desmond was just really, really intent on getting to this point. His instinct kicked in, his Isu instinct. I'm pretty sure, because the way the
same thing that called Sigurd to Yggdrasil.
The same thing that called Layla up to this point. The same thing that called all the assassins to do what they were doing. The same thing that called Cassandra.
Yeah, but that could have also been a mix of the calculations.
No, those are the calculations. Pretty sure. Okay. So in other words, Desmond doing what he did may have been the calculation, and he was like, fuck it, he just jumped in right away, fulfilling the calculation to get him to this point. So in a sense, Desmond might just be looping the way Eivor and Odin were looping. Now he can loop.
Layla now, as the outsider, is able to pull him out of his loop, which is that he needs to find.
You know what?
Because she's the one who suggested to find a different way by looking at a different timeline. Because at this point, he was only looking at this specific timeline, trying to find another way.
That was the calculator right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the one literally in front of him of Yggdrasil. We see the branching trees and whatnot.
Yeah.
But literally, he was stuck because he couldn't find another way around it. And Layla comes in and is like, hey, what about if we do it this way? And he's like, oh. Like, he hadn't thought about that because he was stuck in his own version of the loop. He needed somebody to pull him out of it. Like
I think that was his human side. I think that was his human emotion side, wanting to preserve the people he loved on that timeline. He never considered
it. It's hard to say just from this one interaction, but it is potential.
He ran billions of timelines.
Yeah. You do realize that that and also your recording has been taking this entire conversation.
Yeah, the rest of the video has been this. I mean, to be brutally honest,
nothing but our discussion.
Like I said, soft spot. I don't think it's a good idea to get rid of this. I can make the video private, but I do want to keep it. I definitely want to keep it.
I'm not saying delete it. I'm saying it's going to be really funny if anyone watches this video and then the next the next hour after we finish gameplay is just us discussing this shit.
It would be hilarious if someone was like, "You're all so wrong. You're so wrong."
I mean, considering most of our theories have been proven, that's
what I'm saying.
Pretty accurate.
That's what I'm saying. Because of how accurate we got it, we might as well use this exact moment right now, while we're in the heat of it, to predict a little bit more, push a little bit further beyond this point. Just a little bit. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of important. I mean, like I said, I've been thinking about this for almost a year. I think I took it seriously around January or February. I was telling you this. You were constantly shooting down the idea of ever seeing Desmond again, and I would always tell you to have faith. Remember that? I definitely remember that from February more than anything else, really.
You and your freaking cane. You and freaking cane, seriously.
Pretty much. I will say, if I did not have that, I would not have shared this idea with him. So yeah, I do not think I would have.
So now we have to deal with where this DLC is going to take us and what the fuck Bossum's up to.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be DLC for this. This is definitely a good title.
No, there definitely is going to be a DLC. There's been a DLC that they've consistently
since
been putting
Origins.
Out
Yeah.
At least one or two DLCs per game.
I got a little bit emotional about Bayek and Aya getting back together, but that was the implication of the DLC of the Hidden Ones after Origins. However, they do not show you that they stayed together. That was Riddle's version of the story. Yeah. So that technically happened after the DLC. The only way we would have known is by playing Valhalla. That's it.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know everything until we have something that shows it for us. But during that time, it's pretty much Schrodinger's timeline. We can say whatever, and it's simultaneously correct and incorrect at the same time until we observe it.
Until the actual comes out, until the real
thing
comes out.
And we just did. With Desmond, we just did that. We observed it, and it turned out to be he was there the whole time. I think Desmond was playing Cassandra's role, which technically means that. Well,
was he playing her role? Because he was trying to calculate ways around the catastrophe.
The catastrophe. Cassandra was balancing. Yeah, Cassandra. Well, He is part of the balance, though. I think so. Is he aware? No, no, you're right. You're right. I don't think he's aware anymore of Templar and Assassin. I don't think he cares
got
anymore.
way bigger things to worry about than that.
Exactly. He's more of the galactic, like, kind of like
the one thing that would probably concern him is if anything was going to happen to the temples, because that's his network. That's where he lives now. So if any of the temples were threatened by the Assassins or the Templars, that would be a problem that would be pertinent to Desmond. But Cassandra was also helpfully safeguarding those locations too at the same time.
Correct.
Of keeping the balance.
Hold on.
So now that there's no balancer, some of these temples might start getting breached by either group. And Basim knows how to get in because
I was leading up to that. We're in a soft spot right now, so here's what I think I can temporarily calculate for now. Basim is talking about gathering his children. It's not one child anymore, it's his children, so it's his descendants. He wants to take the fight to the Templars, and he knows about that vault. I think he's going to do exactly what you said about messing behind anything that would alter the possibility of his own timeline. So I think he's aware. He's aware of the timeline theory. I think,
but
he met Desmond. He knows Desmond.
He knows Desmond, but I don't think he would do anything to actually hurt Desmond. He might try to...
Why not?
I don't know.
No, wait. Why not? Why not?
Because Desmond's a descendant. He's part of his family. He's one of his children. But at the same time, if
he
Desmond's
wouldn't create a paradox. Right.
Yeah, he would. Creating a paradox is a very bad thing, but also Desmond's his descendant. He would try to protect that. Even if Desmond is trying to work to save things and potentially change the timeline, at best, Basim is probably just going to try to prevent him from doing that. He might try to trap him or might try to stop him from changing the timeline if it's going to get to that point. But at this point, I don't think Basim is particularly thinking that they will pull that off.
Basim is not vindictive to the point of wanting to revive Alethea, so he accepted her death. She's in the staff. But he wants his children. He wants his children.
He's trying to bring his family back.
The assassin family. So
it might not even be assassins. We don't know, because technically, he could be speaking about his children as Loki and as Basim. Either way, he's got a lot of kids to account for.
This is a tough sell. I mean, it does seem like Basim might be the next villain to deal with. I mean, he was the villain here, but not the villain. Technically speaking, Eivor and Sigurd were dealing more with
King Alfred.
Well, we haven't dealt with that yet. Well, they were dealing with conquering England, expanding Viking rule, and heeding their call, remember, to the vault. Basim happened to be Loki, who he had an eternal fight with. So, Basim is more of an unintentional villain. I don't think he's Loki,
not a main villain.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
As Loki, he's more of a villain than as Basim, but at the same time, Basim wants to meet William. Basim wants to take the fight to the Templars.
Shit! That's right. That's the next thing.
That was one of the things I was concerned about. I'm concerned about him either trying to usurp William or trying to get him on board with, let's take the fight to the Templars, even though William has been, he's been fighting the Templars, but at the same time, he's trying to, make sure his people stay alive at the same time.
Alright, I need to give you a very important update about that. A super important update.
Is this in the comics?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
William is working with the Templars secretly.
Fuck. When and how?
So, this is what Otso figured out as the Black Order, the Order of the Black Cross. Otso found out...
but they're supposed to be the Balancers. They're the new Balancers at this point.
Exactly. Otso was secretly working with William himself through a bank account. Their bank account...
that's not necessarily...
There's a bank account that Abstergo owns that William deposits and draws money from.
They're funding the Assassins?
Yes, secretly.
But is this the Templars as a whole, or is this just Otso?
I think it's Otso. I think it was secret. I think William has a mole inside the council, and I can't tell if Otso is the one who is the mole, or just happened to find the bank account. But in the end...
Otso is new to the council, so I don't think it would have been him initially.
Well, here's the deal. Regarding the Black Cross, Atso has the council fooled into thinking it's someone else. Because Atso was sitting with the council, and I think it was 5 for the Templars, when the Black Cross walked in and started attacking them. The Black Cross grabbed Atso and threw him across the room. After that exchange, and after the Black Cross escaped, announcing himself as the next council member, like one of the council members, Atso met up with him, and it was a guy named Andre. And Andre is a descendant... Andre is a descendant of the original Black Cross 100 years ago. They used to be a family, a lineage, within the Templar Order. Nikolai, from the Russian assassins, failed against him. Like, he lost a fight against him. So,
yeah, against the Tsar, who is part of the Black Cross.
The Tsar is, yes, exactly, a member of the Black Cross. That's Daniel's memories. Daniel Cross's memories,
So
you can see him there in the fall.
Okay, so currently, Atso, as a fake Templar, he's Black Cross, but he's also helping William Miles. The two of them are corresponding and supporting each other in that regard.
There's just one thing about that. There's just one tiny detail about that. The bank account existed before Atso knew about it. He was looking to find who had access to that. Who in the Templar...
he's trying to figure out who the other mole is.
Exactly. So what Atso did was a truce. He announced a truce because he fucking hates the instrument and wanted to kill Juno, and he succeeded. So he announced the truce. He even killed his own partner, Violet. Remember Violet from Syndicate? The black lady? He had a partner with him. He kills her in the comics. So he kills her. Charlotte and Elijah kill Juno. This was all possible due to Atso's help. However, it was a temporary truce just to get back at the Templars that were messing with his daughter. The ones that had his daughter kidnapped. So, back to what I was talking about here. I know we went off a little bit. I think the balance is still being maintained. The fact that Abstergo has a mole in them and they are secretly funding William, I think there is some form of balance that's still secretly happening. We just don't know who. So Atso was looking for...
Yeah, because you mentioning the bank account kind of reminds me of what was going on in Arno's time, where one of the French assassin mentors was corresponding with the Templars at the time.
Oh, Delisier. Yes, I remember him. Yes, you're right.
It kind of reminds me of that. It's not quite the same thing, but it's kind of along those same lines.
That's more of the truce. Think of that one more as the truce. I wouldn't think it's a mole. I don't think it's a mole.
No,
what Atso had with the assassins is an understanding that right now I am not going to kill you guys because I need you to help me kill someone else.
Yes.
And the assassins, in exchange, they wanted Elijah. William Miles pretty much gave the orders for that one.
Well, yeah, that's his fucking grandson. I'm sure he figured that out by now.
Well, I don't know if William was aware that his grandson is a sage, that he actually had abilities.
If they had access to any of Abstergo's files, they would have known that he was a sage.
Well, Atso could tell them, but I'm not 100% sure he told them about that. Either way, Atso helped Elijah escape. Like, what he did involved Elijah actually activating his abilities and escaping, getting out of his cell.
The assassins do know what the sages are because of the files that, Rebecca and Sean were able to steal back from Edward, and what they were able to get from Arno, and meeting up with that Templar who was the sage back then, and the stuff we saw with Bayek and his sage, the son of Ra. So they know what the sages are, and they know what they're capable of doing.
But which ones are which? That's the only thing. I don't think they know. I don't think assassins know or can predict which are the future sages that are going to pop up. I don't think they have access to that.
Identifying a sage is different than figuring out who's going to be a sage. That's a predictive thing. No, but they can tell, if anyone's got the heterochromatic eyes, that's part of the literal markings of what makes a person a sage. And that's why Elijah got tested. Because he got sick, his mom took him to a freaking Abstergo facility, and they did the blood test on him because he had the heterochromatic eyes.
Okay, that confirms my mole. That definitely confirms my mole. So Abstergo identified him, and then William knew about him, that he's a sage.
Yeah, because they were able to either the mole gave them the information, or they were able to hack into Abstergo and find that out.
I'm pretty sure the way they've been hacking the whole time might have been the mole inside Abstergo. And Erudite also has a role to play in this. The only problem is Erudite had been infiltrated by the instrument.
Yeah,
a guy named
they had to fix their own issues. Yeah.
Yeah, this nerdy kid that I really liked at the beginning turned out to be the fucking spy for the instrument, and he was part of the hacker initiative, the erudite hackers or erudito.
He could have slowly been trying to influence the group towards that so that he can use them for the instruments.
He freaking tried to convince Charlotte to join him, and they tortured him pretty bad. I don't know if he got killed or not. I think Otso just flat out killed him. I think. During the shootout.
Otso doesn't seem like the type to keep people around when he knows that they're bad news.
Exactly. And that's why he's cool about that. Even though he did kill a lot of assassins before, I think he realized that now he has to stop this bullshit and stop the whole Sigma team thing. And he did that. He stopped Sigma team. He pretty much... I'm pretty sure if Otso wanted his truce to work out, he would have to direct Sigma team away from the assassins, like give them misinformation. Because he's not alone.
Because also part of the Sigma team are people made out of version 2 of Daniel, like people that they shoved in the Animus to get assassin skills and...
Bleeding effect, right,
yeah,
correct.
And they, of course they're bleeding. That's one of the things that Daniel in the comics was talking about to them. Like, he felt pity for them because their voices were incomplete. They were still alive and confused and muddled, versus Daniel had enough willpower to kind of control himself and mostly stay himself, but the others were like bleeding all over the damn place.
Right. There's just one thing that occurred to me right now. Do you think they might have fixed Otso's interrogation?
Are you going to check that file?
I'm going to check that. I think we should wrap up with that. There's a chance.
Okay.
Jesus. I mean, if it's not now, it's going to be in the DLC.
Would they have put up the notification that, hey, this file is uncorrupted?
Well, it would have been in the media files. Actually, you're right. We didn't see any. We only saw Layla's recording in the media files. That's it. Mm-hmm. We didn't see Otso's so it would have been in the recycle bin. That's where I found it before. I just don't know if there was a way to fix it. Like, how would they fix it? Man, we know too much right now. Like, too much. This is...
we know too much.
Is this what Clay felt like? Jesus.
Maybe.
There's too many possibilities.
Except add like a heap ton of overheated brain, a bunch of calculations. You can't tell who, when, where, or what is going on.
And just going plain crazy.
Yep.
Ugh. Hold on a second. I never went and checked this computer, but I guess this is something only Rebecca could access. Yeah. Only Rebecca could access this setup here. So let's go back to Layla's computer.
Well, not unless you can hack her passwords, which...
Nope, they don't let you. Well, you did that in the first game, actually. In the first game, that's actually what you do.
Yeah, because Dorito freaking gives you the damn passwords.
Would Basim comment about his own voice?
I don't know.
That's him. That's him. That was him. This is Otso's interrogation, and it's corrupted. It's still... Yeah, there's nothing. It's corrupted, unfortunately. We can't read it. That's it.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
I feel like if they put that in there for a reason. There's a reason why everything exists in a video game. So the fact that they put a corrupted file for Otso in the game is significant of something.
I mean, I worked in data forensics for a while, and there are ways to recover corrupt data. Like, there are ways to defrag and basically restructure a corrupted file so that you can at least read some raw information from it that makes sense.
The question is, why isn't Rebecca working on this file, and why is this in the trash?
I guess at the time they were tied up with everything else, possibly. Like, Rebecca had difficulty fixing this. I don't think it would have been magically fixed right away. But maybe...
No, it would have taken her some time, but there's no reason to throw it in the trash.
Well, maybe she tried everything. Maybe she did try as much as possible when they tried to, and failed.
Although it would be interesting if Otso and Basim met up in the DLC.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the DLC has to address this. Where is Otso altogether? It's been 2 years. Did he just fucking die? Like, did they just kill him?
No, they wouldn't have done that. He's on the council. He's on the Templar Council.
Right, exactly. There are people checking on him. And he showed up by himself without any backup. That's another thing as well. Atso hacked into Layla's comms and found out that she had the staff. That was the ending for the DLC for Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, honestly,
I mean, sitting on the Templar Council is already like life-threatening to begin with, because he has to literally look out for anyone under him trying to take his position, and anyone around him who's trying to take to take away more political power. That's just how that works. But like the fact that he's on the council gives him a good bit of power and accessibility on its own.
And he did use it. He did use that.
And he's more than willing to use it, but he's also a motherfucking badass to begin with.
Oh, so you changed your mind about him a little bit.
No,
Nice.
I mean, I never doubted that he was a badass. I was very confused and concerned at first, but like we've pretty much cleared him as being like a pretty good guy.
Well,
despite being a mercenary who was hired by Templars, okay?
Despite killing a ton of assassins, a ton of Desmond's friends, really.
That again, a mercenary hired by Templars. He's just going to do what he's paid to do, but he's not a Templar by creed. He's there for coin, until of course they swore him in. But that's besides the point.
So as readers, you're keeping a level head and not like, tying, I guess, personal emotions to this. You're able to see that he is an ally, even if he has a very dark history. Okay.
Yeah, because, like, even so, like, as far as Assassins and Templars go, nothing is black and white. Everything is gray. It's all, relative in perspective and stuff. And you have to realize that they're the two sides of the same coin.
Correct. But we don't have anybody at the moment right now maintaining that, unfortunately.
Not officially, nope.
We had Cassandra and Layla temporarily, but that's it. That's it. No one else.
Cassandra was the one running the show for the longest time. We don't know who's going to take up the mantle next. I doubt, Boston wants to take the fight to the Templars, which means he's not caring about this balance anymore.
If you think about it, William having some sort of alliance with the Templars secretly, getting funding from them and possibly information from someone inside, that may have been working more towards just keeping the assassins alive. However, with Cassandra was causing things to happen in either direction, either for or against assassins, for or against Templars. So Cassandra was more of a mover. William is more of just, I think, a channel.
Well, with the staff, she would definitely have had a lot more ability to do so, and she wouldn't have had to do much. If she made like a small move here or there, it would domino effect into what she wanted, because she had the staff to run the calculations.
Well, did Cassandra... Did she? Did Cassandra have access?
What?
Did Cassandra have access to the calculator?
No, but Alethea might have been able to tell her things.
So in other words, Cassandra's balancing was just the product of Alethea's guidance.
Potentially, yeah. Like, we don't have any specific confirmation about this, but how are you supposed to balance the two sides if you don't know what either of them are doing? So either Cassandra had the best spy network in the entire history of ever, or she had outside help.
No, she did. Cassandra was pretty much in control of both the Assassins and the Templars, and here's how I know that. I know that because in Odyssey, in the original story, not the DLC, you find out the Father of Understanding, quote-unquote, was her best friend, Aspasia. Aspasia explained to her what she was doing, and I think that's what I'm going to see with King Alfred. King Alfred has also been killing his own Templars, I think this for the exact same reason Aspasia was doing. Aspasia was helping you as the leader of the Templars, the leader of the Order of the Ancients, in order for you to finally see her plan. Her plan was to balance everything out, and Cassandra took over for her. So in a sense, when Cassandra received the staff in her timeline, I think that she used it to run both the Order of the Ancients simultaneously alongside the Hidden Ones that she created with Darius.
So that would mean that you have a connection to King Alfred right now, who's currently the head of the Templars, or the Templars of this time.
King Alfred, for some reason, is helping me kill members of the Order. I killed like half of his people.
Yeah, but you don't know if that's because he's power hungry or because of some other reason.
There is a chance that he might be part of the balance, but I'm not sure, and I honestly don't think it even matters, because King Alfred's time ended anyway in the past. It has nothing to do with the modern story. My concern right now is who's balancing right now. We don't know who is the one balancing things right now.
Well, technically it's supposed to be whoever has the staff, and that's currently Basim.
That's bad. That's really bad. Basim actually knows what the staff was really for. It contained Alethea in her, in the staff. That's not how Layla or Cassandra were using the staff. They were using the staff to stay alive and to do things, to cause things to happen. But now that it's in Basim's hand, he has a very different use for it. Very different use for it. He revived his own body, he rebuilt himself, and... oh, Jesus. There's a couple of implications about this.
Oh, yeah, no. Just Basim existing is a big, big thing. It's gonna cause a lot of things to happen. I mean, just the implications of what he said when he wanted to meet William already makes me want to, like, chuck him out the window.
What about... yeah, that's true. I mean, for a second there, I thought you were siding with William.
No, as much as I don't like William, Basim would definitely cause a lot more casualties on the assassin side, regardless of, you know, how much skill he brings to the table.
Right. I'm thinking about that.
Well, I mean, William's an asshole, and I hate his guts, but, like, at the same time, I don't want Basim to be in charge. Yeah, we need William, and I don't want Basim to get everybody killed.
Right. I mean, right now, Basim said he wants to take the war to the Templars.
Yeah. Which is not something William's going to be on board with, because he's not hot-headed in that regard.
Well, more importantly, I'm not even buying his story. I don't think it's even that at all. I don't think that's what Basim wants to do altogether. Like, I'm actually calling bullshit. He wants to
find his descendants. We already know his main goal is to, you know, take whatever he can get out of Evior and get his kids back.
Well, here's something very interesting that just struck me right now regarding his descendants. They talked in that one note about Haytham and how Edward Kenway may have been inspired by Basim's apprentice, Haytham, to name his own son Haytham Kenway, right?
Potentially.
So, my idea is that Haytham Kenway turned out to be a fucking Templar! Not an assassin!
Yeah.
He was raised as an assassin, but he ended up being a Templar. Does Basim even care?
Had one child.
Does Basim even care, though?
I don't think he would care.
Which means, I think that's what blows the cover off of his bullshit story about taking the war to the Templars. I don't think he gives a shit.
No.
So, in other words...
It doesn't seem like he cares about that.
So, in other words, him gathering his children is not about the assassins going to war with the Templars. That's just some bullshit that he told Rebecca and Sean.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be able to smell that a mile away.
I mean, they don't trust him now, but at the same time, Loki is Loki. He was able to fool a lot of people, and he was able to fool Sigurd, too.
Yeah, but at the same time, just the mere fact that we know he's Loki already should, you know, help.
That's for us, the readers. Yes, that's us.
Yes, but they should know. Rebecca and Sean should know that he's Loki because they saw the same stuff Layla did.
Right.
And if they know he's Loki, then they need to keep a really good eye on him, because just from his stories and legends and what we saw from Eivor, you know, that's something you want to keep an eye on.
I think right now they definitely understand that Basim was kept alive because of Isu technology. I am not 100% sure Sean and Rebecca understood what Layla saw in Eivor's memories about him being Loki, because Layla never expressed it explicitly. She never really said it explicitly. She never told them that he's directly Loki. See, the idea of them being reincarnated...
Here's the other thing. Her animus should be rigged up to Rebecca's system. Rebecca should be monitoring her, you know, vitals and everything, but also recording everything that Layla is seeing in the animus. So they should see what she sees.
That's the thing. She did ask them, hey, did you get all that? Yeah, when she got kicked out of the animus the other day, like a week ago, she literally asked them that, yes. However...
Did you get that?
But at the same time, I'm not 100% sure that Sean and Rebecca understood what they saw. That's what I'm doubting. Because they never talk about it. They don't trust Basim because of how he backstabbed Eivor, but there's no telling if they actually know that he's Loki. For as far as we're concerned, he was just yelling about his son being taken from him when he was fighting Eivor. That could have been anything. So what I'm saying
So
is
there's
Rebecca
a-
and Sean
so you're saying
might
there's-
not know.
So you're saying there's a chance that they didn't make the connection between
Yes.
Loki that we saw in,
Yeah.
between the completed clip of the Isu fighting Loki in the Visions and Bossam, even though they fight exactly the fucking same.
Look at that. Wait. Did you catch the first part? Yeah, exactly. I don't think they made that connection. But more importantly, did you look at the first part? The people that were coming to kill the council, the people in those robes, in that gear, that were coming to kill the council right before they were going to transfer their souls. Remember that? Look who opens the door. There's a bunch of people. I don't know if they're humans or not, but there's a bunch of people in robes.
Wait,
the
guys
ones with the capes. Yes, the capes. Sorry, capes.
I think they're either guards or other scientists who are helping them because they're the ones who are rigging them up to the system.
No, they were coming to attack them. They were coming to stop their secret experiment. It definitely looked that way.
Unless it's a separate group of Isu that were trying to stop them.
Yes,
but they had their own guys who are working for them. Loki was just ready to sneak in whenever he had the chance to, and that's why he was waiting for that one guard by the door.
No, I think he opened the door for him, actually. He was waiting for him at the door. I think Loki was already inside as a scientist, and he just unlocked the door for him.
Replay the clip, and if you look, as the guard is walking towards the door, there's a side, you see a profile view of him, and Loki is literally right there by the door.
Shit, you're right. He infiltrated them, so Loki pretended to be a scientist.
Yes.
How did they not recognize him?
See, there he is. He's right there, and then he just sneaks in on the side when the door opens. And the guy is just assumed, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff. I see some guy in the corner, or maybe he's just taking stock.
Okay, so all of these guys are getting ready.
Yeah, these guys are helping them to prepare
for the transfer.
System.
Right.
Yes. But when Odin and the others leave with their weapons, they either were fighting other Isu or they were fighting the part of the human rebellion.
That's what I was thinking about. All of these people, they bring in the serum, which was, now we know, is the Well of Weird.
Yeah.
That's
the
what
only time we saw them fighting inside the temple was when they realized that Basim killed this guy and, killed one of the council members.
Which happens right here, literally at this point. So this is the transfer.
They're hooking them in. They're transferring these guys in.
That's Freya.
And
Odin,
Loki literally backstabs one of the guys right after everyone else leaves, and he takes on the underlings. Yeah.
Right. Man, am I glad that I finished the Animus Anomalies. Those were really hard. This is important. This is very, very important. It definitely makes more sense after watching everything else happen, not before. If we had just watched this before, it would have not made sense before the ending. So that was a stroke of luck that we played this after, not before. Wait, what if they failed? Did they fail or not fail? Why did Odin throw the helmet like that?
Because that's it. It's not going to work anymore. The whole place is coming down.
So it's a one-off? Like they transfer it once and that's it? Why did this guy stay? See, I can count 6 people right now. That's 4 plus 2. And originally they were 8, I think, that I saw.
Yeah.
This person gets killed and replaced by Loki. He takes him off. All the other ones come in. Loki fights those guys. Oh, I see. They fight him because of what he just did. Okay. He's an outsider.
This guy was getting ready, and then Loki goes and kills him. And the guards immediately freak out because he just killed a council member. So, of course, they're coming in to stop him.
Right,
and he, takes him out.
Takes another chair,
Takes another chair,
Right.
These guys were weak. They must have been lower
They might have been humans. Honestly, they might have been human guards, potentially.
Maybe?
They used them, remember?
They're all under the mask, so we can't tell anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, that's it.
Here's something else I just noticed.
Go ahead.
There are only 3 pods of human babies that we saw.
No, I think it shielded the other remaining ones too. No, I'm pretty sure there were.
There's literally 3 pods.
Oh.
So these 3 pods are supposed to carry their minds and DNA to descendants, I think, and then they're supposed to appear, and then they were supposed to reawaken.
No, there's more. You can see it in the back. There's more.
Where?
I'll show you. This thing won't let me pause, but I think my voice is going to match the video when you see it. So you have 3 here, but there's more behind on the other side.
I thought that was a reflection.
Wait, is that a reflection? Hold on a second. Wait, so it's really just 3 pods? So wait, it would have been Sigurd...
So there's the one in the middle.
Uh-huh.
That's a reflection on a screen.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Damn,
okay,
that's
so
misleading.
this means that they literally transferred their DNA and their minds into these 3 specific babies, and then they had descendant to a descendant to a descendants until it was finally time to have for that reincarnation to occur.
Right, right. Which, by the way, you're technically looking at what led to Desmond as well. This technically would have been calculated here, too. At this point.
Potentially.
You're right, it is 3. But are they only 3 babies inside? That's it?
It looks like, to me, it looks like there's literally 3 pods on that center pedestal.
Yeah, the pods, but could there have been more babies inside the pods, like twins?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like there's literally only 1 each.
Man, this is...
Which means that they started off with these 3 pods, and then these human children, hybrids, whatever the fuck they are, had kids that had kids, and then eventually they calculated, okay, this is when the DNA will realign, and this is when these specific people can be born again.
Right. This is the connection between Eivor's memories, Asgard, and the Isu technology. This is the connection right here. This is it. This is what wraps up the whole thing. Like, this is definitely the connection between the
Because they were
entire
injected
game.
with whatever that serum was, which is, you know, the equivalent of the mead.
Yeah, well, not just the mead. It would have been the activated Well of Weird. The mead was just an activating ingredient, like a catalyst of sorts.
Yeah.
Who was this guy, then? Someone that
Which
never
guy?
ended
The
up...
guy in the chair?
Yeah, the one Loki killed. Someone who just never ended up transferring, I guess. They just died then and there.
No, because they all transferred at the same time. He transferred as well, but then Loki also transferred himself along with it. This guy did transfer.
Who is
this
that guy?
transferred.
But he's dead here, but...
He's dead, because he transferred and then Loki killed him because he couldn't attack while everyone was still in the...
Why
And
did
then
he stay
hops into the
behind?
image.
Why did that guy, after Eivor and the others got up, why did that dude stay behind up until
Maybe
Loki
he wasn't
killed
a
him?
fighter.
Oh, you're saying there was a battle to go fight outside?
Probably. They were probably going to defend the temple or something. I don't know what, but like those 6 left, and that leaves at least 2 unaccounted for.
See, there are 8 here. 8.
Yeah, we see 8 members who are getting put into this machine. The 8 people who are
Right.
getting prepped.
Right.
We see 6 of them leave with weapons, which leaves 2 unaccounted for. The guy in the chair and someone else.
Oh, I see. I didn't see the weapons, but you're right.
The person, the missing, the unaccounted last person may have gone out, you know, some other way. They might have, you know, gone out an escape hatch or I don't know what. But this guy was late to the party. He didn't get up to go fight, which means he's either a scientist or, you know, he was just whatever. But Loki steals his helmet and then uses and then transfers himself also into the 3.
Correct. So here's one way we can make sense of this as well. If we try to follow the Isu to Norse mythology connection that we're seeing here, that guy may have belonged to someone that we know from the Norse mythology. Remember those leaps we made? You made a leap about Tyr's arm, right? And we saw that happen. And I made a leap about Freya regarding Valka's mom. So that was her human form. And we saw her in Valhalla. Zvala. Her name was Zvala. That guy might have resembled someone. Might have been one of the people in the legend. So we might need to study the Norse...
You need to look at this guy's face then and see if you can't pick out who he is.
Well, I don't think we would know because we don't have anything to match it with. I think it would be more the mythology itself. This is someone that Loki killed. Could that have been Eivor's son, for example, Balder? Odin's son. That would have been Balder.
Loki's killed a lot of people. Let's be honest, Loki's killed a lot of people.
Well, Odin wanted to...
I mean, it could have been Balder, but like...
What did the myth say? Remember when Odin made a deal with Hel from Niflheim about returning his son Balder? And she said that all of the creatures in all 9 realms need to shed a tear for Balder. So he wanted him resurrected. He wanted resurrection, which is the whole point of this entire experience right here. What if that guy was Balder and Loki killed him? That would match the legend.
True. That could
There
have
you
been
go.
it.
So right now, this is another.
Baldur's death was also supposed to be one of the things for Ragnarok, right?
Yes, which is happening right now. Yes,
So
correct.
he's Baldur then. That makes him Baldur.
Exactly. Loki used deception to kill him. That is true.
And maybe because Loki interfered with the guy transferring, maybe he didn't transfer as well, and that would be he didn't get resurrected because whatever from the
that
myth.
matches the legend. Loki came in as someone else. That matches the legend. Loki killed Baldur. That matches the legend. Baldur could not be resurrected. That matches the legend. Then in that case, that guy might have been Baldur. So while we're at this soft spot right here, in this moment, you and I talking, I'm thinking a lot right now this might be Baldur, and that might actually end up being the case.
That's true, because you were able to identify like Thor and several other ones. Like
oh yeah, they look obvious. Honestly, with their hair, they look very obvious. But the trick was to find out who Alethea's lover was, and I did guess that correctly. It was Loki.
That it was Loki.
Yeah, because he just confessed to it at the end. We saw him talk to the staff. So that means that he was telling Aletheia to hide herself in the staff while he took care of business here. Aletheia was not one of these people. She did not want to do this. She said she wanted to accept her death. That was part of the recordings that we heard.
Which means there's one more theory that based off of that. She might, because she never wanted to be in the staff, she wanted to accept her fate. She might also be using Loki to kind of bring her own end about. Like, she might end up betraying some plan of his so that they can both finally rest in peace and go to the grave.
Make him fail so that they can both pass on?
Yeah, potentially. That is an idea. I've seen that sort of scenario happen before, where somebody was supposed to have died, and they're like, I'm going to take you with me now so we can both kind of go in peace type deal. But basically, she's going to betray Loki in some... The idea is that she'll betray Loki in some way in order for them both to move on, because she didn't want this in the first place.
I see. That does also sound like her a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, but also, like, both of them have been separated for, 1,000 years, give or take. She's been stuck in the staff watching humanity struggle, and he's been stuck inside the system this whole time. He doesn't really know what's been going on the outside until Desmond showed up.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. That does make sense.
So he could have... His convictions wouldn't have changed a whole heck of a lot because he wasn't aware of what was going on. However, Aletheia's convictions, she would have seen everything that was going on.
Right. She would have known.
She would have known, but she also still may have wanted to end it. Even though, Cassandra doesn't have the capability of destroying the staff and releasing her. However, she might be able to finagle something with Loki in order to get it to break.
Okay, so there's something, again, additionally, there's a couple of observations now that I'm looking at this video. There's a couple more details, more Easter eggs. First of all, Loki was not able to access this room until one of the proper Isu did.
Until somebody opened the door, and then he snuck in.
That might have some implications about his race, potentially.
You're thinking he's a lower caste? Because these guys were supposed to be council members.
Loki was definitely not a member of the council members, definitely.
No, but this plan was made specifically to save the leadership of the council. Yeah, the leadership that was existing in this place. This was not made for everybody. They didn't have enough time to get everyone in any sort of way to do this.
Exactly. All right, that's the first observation right there.
Yes.
Second observation, look at the weapons they carry when they get up. So this is something that you noticed. Yeah, I think it was either Thor or Tears. It's one or the other. But look at the weapons, pay attention to the weapons closely. There's an extra detail about one of those weapons I want you to pay attention to.
What? Is it the sword?
Yeah, hold on a second. When they get up right now...
I mean, technically everything here is a piece of Eden.
Yeah, of course, obviously. They're using Piece of Eden for the entire technology, all of it. Everything here is pretty much made of the material of that. However, that particular sword is what I'm pointing at.
A specific sword.
Yes, I'm going to make a connection after you see it.
Okay, as soon as I see it. All right, let me see. Let me wait for it.
They get up,
okay,
they get ready to fight.
Up.
They take their weapons, and like Vikings, I guess they're going to die with their weapons.
Okay, hang on. Odin gets up.
All right, watch. Do you see the big... There's two swords there. Two swords of Eden. One of them we already saw with Arno. in Unity. The other one is Excalibur. That's the connection I'm gonna make.
Okay.
One of them is
So you're
broken
saying one is
already.
Arno's, and so you're saying one is the Sword of Eden that Arno used, and the other
Correct.
one is Excalibur.
Yes, and we have to find Excalibur, which I'm pretty sure is going to be related to the next. I don't know if it's going to be DLC or King Alfred. I don't know. So it's either the next thing I'm going to do, or if I'm going to have to wait.
I mean, let's be honest. With the way things are going, King Alfred is probably going to have Excalibur. Let's be honest.
Oh shit! You're right. The final fight. Oh
Yep.
fuck! Yeah, absolutely.
How many final boss fights have you had with a Templar and a Piece of Eden?
I mean, I've seen the Piece of Eden, the Saga Stone. The one Folke had is most likely the one that ended up with Connor's tribe. That has been, but it hasn't been used in a fight yet. Eivor easily managed to get that and left it with the people of Vinland, Connor's tribe. Those are the ones in the U.S. That was called the Saga Stone here in the Norse mythology. The sword, on the other hand, that's more English, England, Excalibur. That
Excalibur's
would
always been really big for them.
Makes perfect sense for it to be with King Alfred, actually. He who wields Excalibur shall be... Yeah, he's the current king. Right. Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. If he has it, then that's how he's going to try to kill me. Like, kill Eivor. So
Which means... that's going to be awesome, though.
Which means I'm going to probably what? What were you trying to say?
Well, you're either going to get it after you kill his ass, or something along those lines.
Well, I am not going to be getting anything if I'm playing as Eivor. Basim is the one that's going to get it. He's going to know where it is.
But once Eivor gets the sword, what's going to happen to it is the next question. Because it's obviously not with his body. It's not with his body, because otherwise they would have found it already.
They found only his shield. That's it.
Yep, which means where the hell did he hide the sword, or if it has already changed hands?
Let's see.
Because we already know that Arno broke his sword. Arno broke his sword. It's basically just, a hunk of metal. It doesn't have any power anymore because Arno fucking broke it.
Yeah, that's correct.
And obviously there's more than one Sword of Eden, so
we saw two here. That's it. We only saw two
at the very
here.
least. Well, the two behind, they were walking in a group of 4 and 2. The other 2 in the back were holding something that glowed, but I couldn't quite see what it was.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look at that then. Let's take a look at what the other 2 behind them were carrying. I can cancel the videos.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, everything is important.
They're both holding something. They're holding something that glows.
Apples? Could be apples. 2 apples.
No, they looked longer than that, but I can't quite tell.
Shrouds? No. Shroud would be useless.
Shroud wouldn't work. No, not a shroud.
Long? So, could be like daggers?
Maybe? I don't know. Again, it's literally hard to see. The only way I know they're holding anything is because I can see the glowing lines on it.
Right. Okay, let me take a look then. It's replaying for me, so I'm a little bit shifted ahead of you. Let's take a look.
Yeah, you're at least 10 seconds ahead of me.
That's okay. This video is looping anyway, so we can catch up anytime. They got these council members suited up into these special suits. So these council members may have arrived from Asgard, like from a different land, basically, and came to this area here. Alright, I'm going to try to see the swords thing. So they had them with them. They had their weapons with them. Let's see. Alright, the entire place is collapsing. They're trying to get out. They inject the serum right away. They run. Put it in. Okay. Pod baby. Alright, they give them the helmets for the transfer. There's Freya. Goes into their neck. Takes a sample, I'm guessing, of their DNA. That's how the Huger transfer is happening. Let's see. Right. So the pod babies get injected with their DNA. And then from there they get up. Okay, it should be around here. Let's see. He breaks it. He doesn't want anyone using his transfer after him. So he breaks the helmet.
And that's why Loki had to grab it before it hit the ground.
Yeah,
So it
before.
smashed.
So I guess all of them might have smashed theirs just as a precaution. Except there was one guy. I'm gonna guess it's Balder. Okay, we have 2 swords here, and the people behind them were holding. They look. Oh, staves! 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 They look like staves. The stave of Eden. So that's the one Nikolai found. That's the one that Tesla. The one with Tesla. The one that caused the explosion. Okay. 2 staves. Cool. There's 2 staves. Now, we did find Xiao Jun's soul in one of those staves, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So that stave could carry something in it, just like the staff. Alright, now Loki's transferring himself after killing who I'm presuming to be Balder. I just don't know why Odin would not care about his son. Like, to check on him, you know?
Well, here's the thing. In the legends, they say that it's his son, but in actuality, they might not have been. Like, as far as the legends are concerned, like, you know, people make connections where they do, and obviously, like, a lot of these powers and stuff that humans saw looked like magic when it actually wasn't.
It was science.
So,
right.
Yeah, like, the science looks like magic to them at this point in time. So, obviously, like, you know, Balder may not have been actually Odin's son, but they could have been, like, brothers. So maybe somebody made the connection of, oh, like, you know, maybe it's his kid or
like
something.
Like a game of telephone, basically. Right.
Yeah, and the story gets muddled as time goes on.
It turns into a mythology. Right, right.
Because the humans mistook the Isu for gods, you know, even after the fact, like...
When they existed, even though they existed.
Because before they were, you know, controlled by these people, and, you know, they basically were thought for them. And afterwards, after the catastrophe, the humans were free, and the Isu who remained were trying to teach the humans how to survive and, you know...
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, take their place, and obviously the humans are like, this is, like, beyond what my brain can handle. You must be a god because you glow and shit, and, you know things that no one else knows. Obviously, it looks like a fucking god.
Who was Clay the descendant of?
He was one of Ezio's descendants.
But he didn't have the proper DNA to handle what he was looking at.
We're assuming.
That's what drove him mad. Desmond, on the other hand,
was too much for him. His brain couldn't handle it. Like,
so
as far
Desmond,
as we can...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
As far as we can tell, like, it's fairly consistently thought of in the fan base that Clay had eagle vision, and he obviously knew how it worked because he saw it through Ezio, and that's why he wrote everything in blood, because he knew it was going to stick, even after they cleaned everything.
Man, we're definitely going to have to review some of the old content now. So we're looking at Brotherhood cutscene. Well, Brotherhood's cutscene was looped again in Revelation, the one with Adam and Eve.
Yes.
That was already looped again. There was mention of Adam and Eve in the Unity DLC, the Dead Kings. There was mention of them. I just didn't know what the reason was for. I didn't play that one, so I just had to look it up.
What was the thing you were going to say before I went off about Clay?
Oh, Desmond. I was talking about Desmond. Desmond had the right DNA to actually handle what he's doing right now.
Yes, because they made him that way.
So they made him the reader. They calculated him to be the reader for them.
Well, I don't know if they made him to be the reader. They made him to be the cipher, because they called him their cipher.
Pretty sure it should have been the same thing. Pretty sure they were trying to do that. Pretty sure they wanted someone to carry on their work even after the disaster, and it worked. It worked.
But Desmond was supposed to have solved it, but it kept course correcting.
Well, yeah, I don't think Desmond solved it yet, but now Layla, I don't know if she was calculated or was an outsider. No, she was calculated. She was definitely calculated. Well, no, wait, hold on a second. She doesn't have these DNA.
Layla wasn't calculated, but someone was supposed to be in that place.
Yes, exactly. She was assumed to exist. She was not calculated. Right, exactly what you said.
It was basically whoever was in her position at that time would have received the same messages. Desmond knew it was Layla because he had seen that she was coming.
Right,
He realized that she was the one who ended up in that position. But it could have been anybody.
Correct. He's the reader. So he would definitely be able to see what's going on with the timeline. Yes. So he would know specifically about her because he's already still there. He's already around.
He knew the odds of it being her that would come to him in the temple. He knew the odds of it.
However, the Isu did not know about her being her specifically.
Yes.
They just knew someone in her position was going to arrive towards. Well, I'm pretty sure by creating Desmond, they technically created the Reader. I'm pretty sure with this technology that we're literally looking at right now, the Isu were aware of the calculations.
Did they consciously create this, or was this kind of a happy accident? Because as far as we can tell from what Juno, Minerva, and Jupiter have said, they basically just needed Desmond to activate the temple and save the world. That was the only thing they said. Like, you're supposed to activate the temple, you're the right one
consciously.
to do this.
Consciously.
Yes.
I don't think it was a happy accident. I don't think so. I think they created Desmond to ascend. They created him to ascend.
But is that something that they created, or is that the human aspect of him that did that?
The only way that they could have accomplished that is by having him being a human. So they calculated his, basically, just like these pods here, they calculated his ability to be a hybrid, so that way he can enjoy the benefits, the advantages of both worlds. So now, he's pretty much on the same rank as the Isu for sure. However, he's one of the Isu that survived the catastrophe, because all the other Isu did not. All of them are gone.
He is the last remaining person with a full bloodline, because Cassandra was the only other one up until this point. Everyone else is mixed. Cassandra had a high amount of Isu DNA, but Desmond is the next highest person.
I think Desmond surpassed Cassandra at that point. I'm pretty sure
he definitely surpassed. I'm pretty sure all of his Isu DNA was activated. If he doesn't have a full genetic set for the Isu DNA, then he's pretty damn close.
No, I think he had. I think what's going on, and I think that's what the instinct that kicked in him is that he had so much of it that I think he had a full set. It just didn't show. That's all. So, in other words, Desmond was practically Isu just in human cover. That's it. More than Cassandra.
And then once he went in the Animus and that DNA started activating, and then with the apple, more of it activated, more and more and more of that DNA came forward until he finally hit the temple where it would register him.
Exactly, and that's why it activated. That's why it worked.
Because they made the temple to open for him.
Yeah, exactly.
It would read his genetic code.
He was the exact, which confirms that they really did intentionally create him for the next job after that.
I don't know. I still don't know if they intended for him to become the Reader.
Well, to be brutally honest, this is the minimal thing that we can have for a balancer after Cassandra's death. Cassandra was more human, I guess, in a human version of that was still around and shaping the world a little bit more directly in her current timeline. Desmond, on the other hand, he can calculate things from start to finish. The whole saga of humanity itself.
Yeah, but he's currently occupied with the whole solar flare bit, and he can't exactly balance the Assassins and Templars if he's busy trying to save the world.
And so he was given a tiny little nudge with Layla. That's it.
So you think he's going to take up the mantle then?
She's going to take up the mantle.
Layla?
I think so. I think the reason why Layla won't be able to make it back is because...
Her body's dead. Her body's dead. She literally can't come back.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's not going to come back. Oh, when you say mantle, you mean like exiting the tree? Exiting what did you mean by mantle? Yeah, I think Layla, with enough training from Desmond, could actually continue what he was doing. But because remember what she said, she was onto the correct idea. She said she wanted to go back into the Animus and see what the world would be like if Hemu didn't die, if Bayek and Aya's son didn't die. She was on the right track. Remember, I told you this. She was on the right track. So she was ready for this. She just needs a little bit of training from Desmond. Here's what I'm proposing. This might be really, really insane, but it's a soft spot, so I might as well speak it. Okay? You ready? Do you remember how Clay failed to get himself out of the Sync Nixus back then? During Desmond's coma?
Yeah, his body died.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is Desmond might actually be able to succeed to get out. If Layla takes over.
He has no body to exit the Yggdrasil.
You're literally looking at the process right now, right in front of you with this video.
Yes, but this would require Boston to go back and literally fix all of this shit and, do this.
Okay. So two answers to that. First of all, Why would it only be Basim? And second of all, what would prevent Basim from actually going back and fixing all of this? It could help him. He wants his children. Desmond is one of them.
Yes. But here's the thing. Basim is the only one who knows where the hell this place is, wherever the fuck this is. Two,
this is literally the tree, right there. They're literally using the same technology. I am pretty sure this is the same chamber.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain.
So even if he comes back to this place is also, like, we're seeing a lot of damage. We don't know if all of this damage is going to affect the system as it is.
Well, we saw part of it still working. The Yggdrasil chamber, we saw that still working.
But we don't know if this chamber received that much damage or not. Like, we're seeing a bunch of damage, but we don't know if it's going to affect the system or not. Yggdrasil is still working, yes. But this specific section of it, maybe not. And if that's the case, it would take...
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it would take Basim a while to make sure that the system is working, and then he can start moving people's bodies, moving people into the new set of pod babies. However, they made those.
So based on what you said, the pod babies most likely were transferred somewhere else around the world.
Yes.
They were dropped off.
They were probably set up with the human population and, just go
mix
and do
in, and the calculations will work out.
And the calculations will work out until they are reborn, and those memories that they just transferred in to those kids would eventually awaken. However, only up to this point where their memories have transferred. Everything that happened after they transferred in is not known to their reincarnated selves.
Well, now we know them due to the Animus. The Animus lets us see what happens after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they put the Animus on Eivor's body, and they were able to take him back to when he was a child, a baby, he or she. And we had multiple timelines, remember? So even the Animus was able to technically leak this to you. That's why this ending isn't super shocking. Even the Animus was technically telling you that you had multiple timelines going on here. That both male and female and possibly other genders, we don't even know, non-binary ones existed like simultaneously, multiple different timelines. Those would all be technically Desmond's work, because Desmond can look all the way back. He's not restricted to just starting from 2012. Desmond can work out everything now as the reader.
The problem with the reader Desmond is that he was looking from 2012 on. He wasn't looking before.
Layla told him not to do that. Layla just suggested to him, hey, you can change that.
Yeah.
That was her suggestion. He was overworking himself, I guess, and that's what was causing his distraction from what was going on in the world. And Layla, I guess, just gave him a little advice and helped him change his perspective. Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay, I want to wrap up with something, just one thing, just to really, really end it on a good note. I want
you
now...
said that an hour ago and we were still here.
Yeah, we got, like, on a tangent, but this is going to be a few minutes. With everything that we know now, the knowledge that we know, let's listen to him one more time talk, because it's going to sound way different now, I'm pretty sure.
Who, Desmond?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's going to sound different, and it's not that long. I just want to end it on that. I want to hear him just before I go to sleep.
Hopefully stop the nightmares Basim's going to bring on.
I mean, to be honest, I have been getting nightmares too much for comfort.
Say it again, nice and loud. Seriously? Sure.
Now, with what we know.
If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
So he kind of knows that he was already
is the central
set.
idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars.
There it is! Okay!
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think.
Working with the Templars.
Right. The more freedom you have...
But it's happened before in the past.
You know?
Yeah, but he mentioned it. He touched on it. Without knowing that it happened? That it was actually still happening.
I never got the impression that I was free to choose.
Well, I mean, just because he doesn't know it's currently happening doesn't mean he knows it's a possibility. Like, he's seen it in the past and he knows it can happen again.
Following these rules out of a sense of duty.
I'm thinking as the reader, he definitely shaped things in that direction to make them work together.
Stagnation sets in, you know?
I mean, working with the Templars would be one of the best solutions to, you know, potentially stopping the catastrophe.
Yeah, the satellite system, yeah. Correct.
The reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake, and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process, and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex, and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud.
Always with the hug.
I'll make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can't you just turn that off?
Alright, so it just ended for me. I don't know. You're still back in time, ironically. So weird. Knowing what we know now, there is a lot of hidden meanings now that come to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the last part. I think the biggest part is the last part. The part where he said he knew. He knew what he needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
After meeting them. So after meeting the right people, honestly, his story is not that different from Eivor.
I mean, Desmond pulls a lot of parallels from all of his ancestry, one way or
Exactly.
another.
Well, we don't
Like,
know if Eivor
literally-
is his ancestor. I know Basim is, but not.
No, Basim definitely is. However, like, with all of these people we've been pulling, like, Desmond has a lot of parallels to, like, you know, the ancestors that we definitely know he has. Like, almost a carbon copy of each and every one of them. Like, he can easily align up with Altair, he can easily align up with Connor, or Ezio, or, you know, even Edward and friggin' Haytham. Like, he can easily align with all of them in that sense.
Right. There is just one...
Think of him as the Eevee. He's the Eevee.
Ah, I see what you're saying. So he's kind of like the overlap. If you draw each one of them as a circle, he would be in the center, the overlap of all of them together.
And he can easily become any one of them and come out of it because he's related to all of them, but also the circumstances of he can bond to them type deal.
And he can still have it to a certain extent under control.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's one more thing from that, by the way, from the recording to draw from that. At the end, he was talking about how people want to limit themselves and do not want to concern themselves with more complicated things outside of their four walls.
Well, that just goes back to the Isu control.
Well, for him, that was actually something he didn't want. He actually went ahead and he finally got out of those four walls.
Yes.
Like, that is his job now. So I think he was...
because he wanted to get out, but he's saying people in general, it harkens back to the instinct of, you know, how, you know, humanity was created for the Isu. They didn't have to think about the bigger questions. They just had to do what was, within their boundaries of the four walls that they were, made for their jobs.
And now, even though Sean was the know-it-all, Desmond surpassed him pretty much just by knowing this. Just by knowing this simple fact that there was more to what he was seeing. The reason Desmond said what he said, I think, was because he was definitely aware of that there was more to what he was seeing. And it's what drew him back to the assassins after he left.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, the one thing I disagree with Desmond on is that he left the assassins and then only to end up agreeing with them and coming back to them again. Like, why does he think that that's not free will? I think that's even a bigger exercise of free will.
But he left because he didn't agree with it back then, because back then it was forced. Like what he said, he was born into it, and this was his entire life that he grew up with. And then he was like, this is fucked up, I need to leave. But when he went back to the assassin with Sean and the others, it was because, he saw through Altair and he saw through Ezio what the creed meant to them. And he didn't agree with his current creed, but he agreed with theirs from the past.
Correct. So in that scenario,
that was the creed he agreed with. That was what the assassins meant to him. It wasn't what the current moderns were doing.
Yeah, William.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So that's where he got that from. But couldn't that have also just triggered something in him anyway that was there the whole time?
Maybe.
I think that's exactly it, just like the eagle vision. I mean, he did have eagle vision too.
I mean, he always had the instinct because that's just something you have. But eagle vision was never activated until he was forced into Altair's memories.
Well, the instinct to know more beyond those four walls, I don't think that's something everybody has.
No, that's just intuition.
But he had that.
Intuition.
When we say that he was born for this, we don't mean that in the metaphorical sense. We mean that in the literal sense.
Yes.
I think he actually had that instinct, he just needed it to be activated, and it was only activated when he went into the Animus.
Yep.
Before that, he was, I guess, as clueless as anybody else that wanted to escape, or... No, actually, his escape made him less clueless. Him escaping was an exercise of free will, Yeah,
to be a part of the world. Like, he chose, I don't want to be a part of this, it doesn't jive with me. But then afterwards, with Altair and Ezio, then he's like, okay, this now jives with me. Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking he was technically better than Sean, because he saw both. Sean only saw the transition from one to the other. Desmond saw both.
Well, I mean,
exiting and entering.
I mean, Sean entered in from the outside in. Desmond left from the inside out and then came back afterwards. But he agreed more with the past of the creed rather than the present of the creed. Sean came into the present of the creed because of various circumstances and his own choice. Part of it was because he was already digging into Abstergo. They caught him, and Rebecca had to save his fucking ass.
Right.
And she's the one who recruited him.
Right. It's ironic, though, because Rebecca and Sean pretended to be part of Abstergo again in Black Flag. They went back in again.
And somehow they weren't caught.
Ironically, that resembles Desmond a little bit in an opposite fashion. Desmond left the assassins and then went back to become an assassin. In their case, they left Abstergo and then only went back to work for Abstergo temporarily.
I mean, it wasn't like they were working for Abstergo initially. It was that Sean was being a freaking...
know-it-all. He was just hacking too much.
He was being a know-it-all. He was doing his conspiracy theories. He got sloppy. He got sloppy. They caught on to him, and he was leaking shit onto the internet, which of course puts him on their kill list. And Rebecca managed to get to him first.
That's what happened with Layla and Otso. Otso managed to get to Layla, Vicky, and the others exactly because they were sloppy, and they literally talk about that in this game.
Yeah, because that's what happened to their team, and they couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, the mysterious person that emailed
them.
The mysterious person that emailed them.
Alright, we should probably call it then.
You don't want to hear one more, Desmond? The second one?
Fine. What?
I knew I could get you. Alright.
I'll just set this here.
Do you guys record everything?
It's always funny.
You've been using the Animus so much.
Hearing
this was a good chance to learn some
delay
things about prolonged exposure.
No, what he says.
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They passed quickly, almost without me noticing, like a figure in the corner of my eye, or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay, anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh. We'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts
There,
of so
right there.
many people.
Edward.
I feel like I've lived a few hundred
No,
years.
a little bit after that. Sorry, I'm ahead of you.
Is it possible
When he's
that
getting
I've
older and
lived
wiser.
too long?
That part.
It'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution. It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
The reader.
You have Isu DNA.
Yes, thank you.
That lets see
You figured it
things and
out.
do things and withstand
He felt it
trauma.
happening, so he's felt it happening before he even went into the temple.
Yes,
He's
and he
starting to
loved
become a reader.
it. He said it was comforting.
Yeah.
He loved
There's
it.
a pull, Vex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me. Teases me. Drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy. God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know. But you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Vex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Oh, shit!
Memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. You might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
Okay, it just ended for me. Let me know when it finishes for you. So,
What were you saying about Isu memories?
Those are the animus anomalies. Desmond dropped those for us. So he remembered after becoming the reader. He knew exactly what to look for right away. He dropped those for us. I don't know if he dropped those with Basim's instructions or not. I don't think so.
But he got those from Basim. Would
I
it
don't
have been
know.
from Basim's point of view? Because we see Basim in the beginning.
No. Desmond as the reader has access to anything in time. It doesn't matter anymore. He can just literally show you anything happening. So he shows you that point in history just to tell you, basically, the Isu memories that you were supposed to see, just to figure it out. Those were Desmond dropping those for the animus anomalies. So he did remember. He did remember as the reader. And that's what they were alluding to here in this recording.
They were saying they're asking him if he had done that part yet, but he hadn't done it as a human.
He did it after.
Only after.
Yes. Only after he actually remembered exactly where to look. So that could be like a choke point that was never going to change. So of course he's going to just show it to you. The catastrophe as it happened and what happened around it. That's a choke point. That's a node. There's no changing that, so he might as well show it to you. See, even as God Desmond right now, he still has limitations, and one of those is the nodes, the choke points.
That's why he's trying to figure out a way around them.
Exactly. Layla did help him, so she did offer ideas on breaking the node. That's the whole point to her doing that. She just didn't understand what it meant back then, but now, in her letters, you can see clearly that she understood what those messages meant. When she said that she wanted to use the Animus again to explore Bayek's memories and see if she could save Khemu inside, interrogate the memory and all that, she was on the right track. She was definitely on the right track, so she was open to what Desmond was doing. And I think that's why also Desmond definitely accepted her as an associate, like as someone who can help. Like now she's going to be responsible for weaving the webs of fate. But while the iron is hot, I can now definitely say that as long as someone is managing that tree, anybody can enter and leave, as long as they have a way of exiting. Basim did, so I'm thinking there's nothing preventing Desmond from doing the same thing through any human body. Anything that enters that, really. All it needed was the staff, that's it. Now...
Well, the only reason you needed the staff was because the entire place was filled up with radiation and it was unlivable.
That's one thing. No, there's another reason as well. Basim's body was definitely aging, but the place preserved him. And he used the staff just to rebuild his body, but he didn't need the staff to stay alive anymore. You'll notice that he's walking around without it, which is different from Cassandra. Cassandra did not have anything preserving her body other than the staff. That's it. So she had to keep it in her hand the whole time wherever she went. However, she could walk anywhere. She just needed to carry the staff with her. That's how she got those clothes and how she was managing the world outside. Templars versus assassins. In Basim's case, the staff just rebuilt his decaying body. That's it. But the Yggdrasil chamber preserved his body like a mummy for him. Yes. I'm not 100% sure. No, I don't think it would happen because Bayek and Io would be completely dead even if they're mummified. So it's not a mummification. No. Your consciousness has to still
within his own body. His mind and soul was still within his own body. That's why he's still connected.
Yeah, so that's what worked for him. All he needed the staff for was just to heal his body. That's it. He was still alive, technically. What was I trying to say? So, my point standing is that Desmond could easily do exactly what Basim did. He was there with him. He literally called him his friend. So there's. I'm just saying. It's very possible.
But does Basim know that Desmond is his descendant? Does he know that the Raider Desmond is his descendant?
See, that's another reason. If he finds out that he would want to revive him as a child of his.
He'd go back. He'd go back and try to get him out.
Exactly.
He would need a body. He would need a physical body or some hologram that Juno and Minerva used before.
Well, not the holograms. I don't think the holograms can actually cause anything physical like Alethea and Juno and Minerva. I don't think.
No, but that's where my whole Apple theory comes in. But like, as far as the physical body is concerned.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but because that's where I originally made that RP version based off of. But as far as the physical body.
Yeah, you're not far off. It would have been the staff instead of the apple, actually.
Potentially.
Or the shroud.
I don't know, because the shroud. Maybe the shroud, but even the shroud and the staff both require a genetic or an organic template to start off with.
So, Desmond's
Basim
body
would still need to make something.
I don't think Desmond's body was thrown away. Abstergo has been keeping him. Chopped up.
Still would have. Yeah, well, I don't know about how chopped, depending on how chopped up it is, but I think they're still using him for sample 17. So if Basim gets in with the staff, he might be able to revive the body, but he would have to take it to Yggdrasil to get Desmond's mind.
Exactly. There you go.
His mind and his soul are in the system, but he would have to literally drag his body all the way back.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's your route right there. That's your route to resurrection. We now confirmed it. We have a route.
Yes, but that's providing he decides to use the original body. If the body is too far damaged or, the staff doesn't work or whatever, then he'd need something else. But if but Abstergo was attempting to clone Isu bodies, or at least
Yeah,
Sage
exactly.
bodies.
Whatever happened with Juno can be done here.
Potentially, and with the staff, he definitely would have the capability of doing so because the staff would be able to get the body to that point. Potentially.
See, the one thing I wanted to know was, where was Juno when she was getting ready to be resurrected using the shroud? Where was she?
She was in the Abstergo systems.
Like digital, the same way we were looking at right now?
She was in their servers. She was basically camping in their servers.
So my question is, did she do that? Did she transfer there the same way Desmond is in this space right now? The way he is? Like the tree? For example, can the tree of Yggdrasil be the server that Desmond is on?
I mean, if we're looking at it like that, then yes, it's the server that he's in currently, but I'm not entirely... I don't remember exactly how Juno transferred her mind.
I'll tell you how.
It might have been the Shroud. It might have been the Shroud.
That's, yeah, that's reviving her, yes. But I'm talking up until that point. How did she preserve herself?
No, her mind was contained within the Grand Temple server.
Yeah, you want to know possibly how that happened? I think she's Angraboda. She was one of the, in other words, she was passed down from one, I would say, body to the next, and there was a trinity that was with the Jotun, remember? Sacrificing something in order to be able to be reincarnated. Odin, the Mad One, sacrificed his eye in order to activate the well of Weird, and to be able to inject that serum. Okay? Juno may have been one of the people on the council. Juno may have been one of the one on the council.
No, she wasn't a council member.
Oh, wait, no. They referred to her as the Stray One. Never mind. Loki and Alekia referred to her as the Stray One. Never mind.
Yeah,
You're right.
She was more along the lines of a mad scientist, her and Ida, and they were trying to do their own experiments and stuff. She was part of the three main scientists. Yes. However, I don't think they went from body to body. I think they just directly transferred into the main, no, it was messages left from the past. That's what it was. Basically, Jupiter and Minerva left messages to be activated at specific points in time because that's how they calculated what have happened. So that's why they were able to give accurate messages to that point in time, behaving as if they were there because they were able to calculate it well enough to know this is exactly who will be here, this is exactly what they will say, this is how I will respond to them. And then they basically saved that message before. Juno, however, somehow her mind was digitized, but they had to imprison her within the Grand Temple because she was going to go, megalomaniac on them.
I'm pretty sure it's related to the tree. I am pretty certain it's related somehow to the tree.
But her side of the lore is mostly associated with the Greeks, so we don't know exactly how that works with her.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that she may have been transferring from one to the other. Like, she may have been ahead of...
From, one system to another?
Exactly. From the Greek to the Norse, or Norse to the Greek. One to the other, exactly.
Yeah, she might have transferred one to the other until Minerva and Jupiter literally trapped her in the temple.
Well, every time they would manage to trap her, actually. Every single time. She said that. When Angraboda, the Blue Witch, the Jotun Witch, she said that...
She loses her liberty.
Liberty to reincarnate. Her sacrifice is her liberty.
So she is constantly being trapped in the temple as far as the time loops are concerned.
But she stays alive in the process. She keeps her consciousness alive. So that means that she can easily go in and out of bodies, and I'm pretty sure it was a lot more flexible and easier for her. Like for Isu, like her.
Getting her an Isu body was a pain in the ass.
That was for humans.
The shroud to do it.
That was for humans. But back then, I think the technology was available the whole time.
I don't think it was, because Ida literally tried to do something like that and he fucked up. It wasn't until, obviously managed to make it work, but Ida fucked up. I don't think it was something that was I think it might have been one of their not quite pseudoscience, but not quite a recognized science either.
Hold up. If she's Angraboda, then at that point she wouldn't have fucked up, because they found the seventh method where they could survive the catastrophe, which is reincarnation. The Well of Weird, the one that Odin activated. So that technically means that would have been her method of reincarnating as well.
She managed to tag along like Basim was able to do.
Exactly.
But that doesn't necessarily mean she was reincarnated in the same way.
No. They called her the Stray One, but they did talk about her. Alethea and Loki did mention her in their recordings. So there's one more thing that I guess at some point I'm going to have to catch you up with it. Now that we're here, we can watch all the videos and stuff.
Yeah. She might have been able to piggyback off of that system.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm alluding to. Also, one more thing about what you said. Regarding the messages that they left for Desmond, the way Minerva and Juno argued with each other about what path Desmond should choose, letting the world burn.
That was a lot more alive than any of the other messages. So Minerva
But it was still a message. I think they just didn't know what the outcome was going to be at that point, because it was Desmond's choice, whether to let the world burn or use his hand to activate the Aurora Borealis system, and in the process die. So they didn't know what was going to happen literally past that point, because it was Desmond's choice, and it seems he was high-ranking enough that they couldn't predict.
That was something we had already talked about before.
Yeah, but those messages, them arguing, those were still messages. They weren't physically there. The holograms. Minerva and Juno in Assassin's Creed 3.
No, but Juno's mind was trapped in the temple. Minerva may have been able to intercede at the last moment, and her message from the past talked to Juno in the present. However, Minerva was a message from the past, and Juno was literally, her mind was there.
So she was arguing with messages.
Pretty much. Messages from the past.
Just to mess with Desmond, just to try to get him to free her.
No, but Minerva might have realized this at the last minute and been like, well, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. When she,
Which is why she tried to send those final messages, because she realized this was happening.
And she couldn't see past that, too.
Yeah, magical Isu messages looks like, oh, look, they're actually here and arguing with one another, when in reality it's...
Yeah, it's messages from the past. No, we have proof that that's exactly it, yes. That's not a theory anymore. We can actually prove that.
No, we can prove that. And then after, the temple does its thing, Desmond dies, Juno escapes and goes into the Abstergo systems, where she camps there and talks to the Templars and the Instruments of the First Will, until they build her a new body.
She just stuck with the instruments, really. She technically revived them, I think, because they did exist for a long time, and she was talking to them through different forms. Like Folke, for example, the instrument, she's an example of that. I'm pretty sure she was aware of Juno, but she just didn't know what she was dealing with. Like, Juno was communicating with her what to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, I'm out. What time is it? This is a record. Holy shit.
It is 2:47 in the morning. Wow. We've been going for 3.5 hours. Every single time we say we're about to go to bed, we talk for another 30 minutes to an hour.
That's just us, I guess, every single time.
No, that's a freaking cultural thing. My parents do that all the damn time when we used to go visit friends and stuff and be like, okay, we're going to leave. A half an hour to an hour later. Okay, we're finally leaving.
No, I had that too. with my uncles.
I'm pretty sure that's like a Middle Eastern thing.
It is, 100%. You say you're leaving, and then they're like, stay for the tea. Something like that. And
it's like, oh, yes, we're leaving. They say their goodbyes for the next 30 minutes, and then they, tangents inside.
And it's like they're standing on their feet trying to inch towards the door.
Pretty much, yeah. At that point, once me and my sister were wise enough to this thing, my parents would be like, okay, what time to go? And it's like, okay, sure. Grabs the other kids who we were playing with. He's like, okay, let's go back to our room because, to your room because it's going to take another 30 minutes.
You already knew what was going to come.
Oh,
it was already predictable.
By that point, for sure.
By the way, we're doing it again. Anyway.
Yeah, we are. Okay, good night. Good night.
Bye.
Whatever. I'm out of here.
Cool.
I'm
out. Right. I'm going to end the broadcast. Shit. Wrong button. Jeez. That was close. That was very close. I was going to start to move the motherfucker. Okay.